Hi Internet, it's, oh wait, wrong stream. Internet, if you're going to do the meme, you have to do the correct number of bits. HUD 601 smug. Too hot for running today.
Good evening, and welcome to Game Night on Saturday the 31st of May. It is 10 past 8 right here in the UK, and it's time for some Cryptex, the first Cryptex of Season 18. How is everybody doing? Lovely to have you all here. Hope you're all having a fabulous weekend. Hello, HUD 601. You too kind, fam. How are we all doing? Cryptex, it's been a while. It's been a minute since we played Cryptex. First one of Season 18 coming up right now, courtesy of Ape Minky. Really good questions. I proved this afternoon. There's some really good stuff in here. And as a special treat, there are 9 puzzles in this pack as opposed to the usual 7. So lots of quiz to get through. We've got lots of quiz to get through in general tonight because it is a special Saturday night triple bill of game night this evening. We're going to be having 3 feature games rather than the 1 standard warm-up and then 2 feature games. Starting with this one, it's Cryptex. It's been written by 8Minky and proofed by me. Coming up a little bit later on, we have got The Escape Artist, which has been written by Quizzle and proofed by Lewis. I'm assured of really good things, so I've only very briefly looked at the pack because I didn't have to proof that one, but Lewis assures me of excellent things from Quizzle, so that's coming up probably about an hour's time. And then to wrap up the night, that's a couple of serious quiz games in the shape of Cryptex and The Escape Artist. We're keeping it light and fluffy towards the end of the evening as we once again go to the bestagons, which are the hexagons in Risky Business as written by Stimpson's Angle, with a definite, I won't say theme, but there's certainly an influence based on what Stimpson's Angle has been up to recently, running through his game of Risky Business. You want to find out what that is? You're going to have to stick around. That'll be coming up sometime around 10 o'clock, 10:15 UK time, a bit later on this evening. So lots of quiz to get stuck into this Saturday evening, or afternoon if you're stateside, or morning if you're in Australia, or insert time zone here. It'll be Sunday morning if you're in Australia, I guess, won't it? Let me say hello to you all. Good evening to Ardenfetz and Mark and Clayton and Stilgar. Good evening, Stimpson and SJ, David and JR. Hello to Solomon and Fluffy, Pyro and HUD601, the meme that is. Welcome to you. Welcome CJ and Colin. Hello Jerry and Ape, Lupine and Toot, Giizens and Flyboy, AB Me, Naughty Goth. Good evening, Alex and Jess, Matt the Sprat, Google Cheese, Samster, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering and lingering in the chat. You are most welcome to be here. Maxio, welcome on in. Great to have you here as well. Has been a while, yes, and here you are to partake. You are most welcome. Lovely to have you here. Cryptex Extended from Stilgar. It's a nice opening raid suggestion. Apodo, welcome on into the stream, bro. Hope you're keeping well. Ben, welcome to the game as well. 50 of us in the viewing, according to in the viewing? That's not a sentence. Oh, it was going so well. It sounded so professional. 50 players in so far. This lobby is capped at 45, so make sure you get in before that. Anytime entry is here, so if you want to watch a couple of puzzles, try if you've not seen it before, get the hang of the game, then you're very welcome to do that. And Clive of Legend, welcome Clive, lovely to have you here. Say something nice, you can't welcome me in 45 minutes. Hey, you're absolutely right. Bang on there, Clive. Welcome to the stream, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Lots of you coming to join this game. We've got ABB, Apodo, JR Iptex, Ralph, Giizens, Mark Clayton, Crypto Max, Samster, Fett, Fluffy Bunes, Pyro Mantissa, Stilgar Colin, David Riff, Clive Inca, Jerry Conradalac, Nando Cola, Toot, Stimpson's Angle, Maxio, Alex and Jess, CJ, Venus, Flyboy, Ben, and Silver Electron. Room for a few more if anyone wants to come and join. Otherwise, we'll get this game underway in the next minute or so. Need to do some thanks as well. Thank you very much to Giizens for the 100 bits, to HUDs for the 128 bits, invoking a meme from over the way. Hi internet, it's... and then insert clip here. HUDs for the 1 bit, David for the 100 bits. Too hot for running today? Nah. Don't know about that. I was late today. I overslept, so I had to do a Notter park run because I wasn't going to get to Chichester in time. And annoyingly set a PB. So I've now got an official PB, which was done on an official park run, and my unofficial Notter park run PB, which is also 5k. That's now 23:20 as opposed to 23:30. So 2 PBs. I don't know how I'm going to keep track of it all. I could just set another PB in the actual park run next week. That'd be the way to do it, wouldn't it? But thank you for the 100 bits. HUDs, thank you for the 21 bits, for the random bits left over. Take these nuts. I will indeed. Very grateful to you, sir. Husu Fweba. I've no idea how to pronounce it, but first time chatter, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you with us. And Vegan Claps and Gamer, welcome on in as well. So, if you haven't got the Universal Controller, you can get it there. Either download it as a standalone Windows or Mac application, or you can play it in your browser through the WebGL version. Go and grab that if you want to take part in this game. The room code as well, which is on the screen, FWSP. It has got anytime entry. Quick word of warning, in Cryptex, the puzzles come down at the beginning. You don't get subsequent payloads from the build throughout the puzzle. So if you have to refresh, I'm afraid you lose the entire puzzle. Each puzzle is about 2 to 3 minutes long. So resist the temptation to refresh halfway through a puzzle, or you won't get it, and you certainly won't get points for it. Just a quick heads up there. This is running out of the operator. It's the first time it's been run out of the operator, so we'll see what happens here. Topper, hello, welcome to the stream, bro. Hope you're keeping well. So yes, I'm optimistic it's all going to be good. Here he is. You know it makes sense, HUDs.
Fruity, 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 fruity.
Ah, yes. Yeah, you know it makes sense. I get to press the soundboard, but I don't have a stop sound on this. So once I've started a sound, it's just playing.
Well, that's all right then.
Yes, it is. Silent Marie, welcome on into the game. Have you added anything new? There was this one that G. Eisens cut up for me the other day, which was apparently me saying that, so that's fun. And we've got a new victory sound as well. Thank you to JR for this one. So, plenty of sounds on the go. But I'll try not to touch the soundboard too much because I know how much it annoys some people. Right, last 10 seconds. I know I said that Danger Zone 3. The button's there. I'm going to load up my soundboard on my stream deck as well, just in case I need some going on autopilot to touch some over there. Claire, welcome on into the game. Great to have you with us. And Silent Marie, welcome to the chat as well. Ben said, yes, I did say yeet last stream, and now it's been immortalized on the stream board for all time.
Please stop.
Yes, I will. Right, 10, 9, 8. Yeah, I've no idea. It could be carnage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 39 players in the lobby. Anytime entry is still there. There's room for 6 more players if anyone else wants to come and join. This is Cryptex, as written by 8Minky. Let's log the lobby. Here's how to play. In each puzzle, the objective is to crack the Cryptex by taking the indicated letter of each clue and populating it into that position of the Cryptex solution. Clues are delivered in the following format. So first of all, you'll have an ordinal number, which will tell you which letter you're looking for in that answer. You'll then get the clue text, and then you'll get the number of letters in that answer in square brackets at the end. Spelling does count in this game. There is no spell checker on this game. Your spelling must be exact, so do take care before you submit. You're going to get 3 different round types. They'll come up in this order, and we've got 3 of each tonight. Decryption, then combination, and then decipher. We'll explain all of those as we go, but ultimately the goal is to crack the Cryptex, and as soon as you think you've got the Cryptex solution, do type it in, because that is worth 10 bonus points. Okay, those are the salient facts. Let's take a look at our first puzzle and our first round, which is decryption. In this round, you're going to get 5 points for each clue you solve, with a penalty of 1 point for incorrect or repeated answers. You may solve clues at any time, even if they are not the current clue. So if it appears on the broadcast graphics and then it goes to a different clue, it will still display on your device. So have a think about it, and you might be able to come back to it a bit later on if something suddenly clicks for you. But all of the clues that have been revealed will be displayed on your devices. Crack the Cryptex at any point before the end of the puzzle for a bonus 10 points. Cracking the Cryptex will be indicated by the budding sound, and also it will tell you on your device as well. But as soon as you think you've got it, go for it, and obviously keep answering the other clues because they're worth points on their own in this round certainly. But as soon as you think you can crack the Cryptex, go for it. Watch your spelling as always, and the very best of luck to you all. Let's play. Here is puzzle number 1. And our first Cryptex of the night. We are looking for an athlete with 8 letters. Athlete is your Cryptex clue. It's 8 letters long. Your first clue to this puzzle. Good lord. A couple of people solving already, but the first clue, breeze-powered building that grinds grains. It's 8 letters long. Breeze-powered building that grinds grains. You want the first letter of that word. Next clue, pleasantly kind. Pleasantly kind with 8 letters. This is the second letter of the Cryptex. The second letter of this clue is the second letter of the Cryptex. Pleasantly kind with 8 letters. Paul, so welcome to the stream, bro. Hope you're keeping well. Your next clue, this is for the third letter, judicially reject an objection with 8 letters. Judicially reject an objection with 8 letters. I can tell you all of the clues in this puzzle have got 8 letters. As soon as you think you've got the Cryptex, type it in and it will give you some extra clues on the, or extra letters for the clues that haven't yet been revealed. So as soon as you think you've got it, go for it. Next clue for the fourth letter, any student 1 level below a sophomore. Any student 1 level below a sophomore. Again, 8 letters. The fourth letter of this answer will give you the fourth letter of the Cryptex. Room code for this game, Polister, is that, FWSP. You'll get the next puzzle if you join before the end of this one. Next, for the fifth letter of this answer is the fifth letter of the Cryptex, number on the death card of a tarot deck with 8 letters. Need to type this as a word rather than as numbers. Number on the death card of a tarot deck with 8 letters. Next, for the 6th letter, shone, similar to a little star. Shone, similar to a little star. 8 letters long. The 6th letter of this answer will give you the 6th letter of the Cryptex. And next, for the 7th letter, visit or explore landmarks with 8 letters. Visit or explore landmarks, 8 letters. Good man, Polis. That sounds like a good plan. Great to see you tonight. Hope you are well. And one final clue, cartoon maker with 8 letters. Cartoon maker, 8 letters. Okay, anybody who has not cracked the Cryptex yet, now is your last opportunity to do it. You can solve any of the other clues that you haven't yet solved as well. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex for those 10 points. Remember, you can attempt the Cryptex at any time, even if you've not got all of the letters. Let's see how many of you managed to get. Wrestler is what we were after. To go through those clues. A breeze-powered building that grinds grains is a windmill, from where we got the W. Pleasantly kind is gracious, from where we got the R. Judicially reject an objection, that is to overrule. Did you threaten to overrule him? From where we got the E. Any student 1 level below a sophomore is a freshman, from where we got the S. The number on the death card of a tarot deck is 13, from where we got the T. Shone, as in similar to a little star, that would be twinkled, from where we got the L. To visit or explore landmarks, that is to sightsee, from where we got the E. And finally, a cartoon maker is an animator, from where we got the R. Very well done. If you cracked that Cryptex and got Wrestler, that is the end of puzzle 1. Let's see how you all did. Solomon Polis presumably joining midway through. 24 run 24, managing to get negative points there. Yellow if you cracked the Cryptex, and your score will go green if you got a perfect score. Just Fluffy Bunny managing to get all 8 clues and solve the Cryptex. Everyone else, there's quite a few others who got all 8 clues, but had a little penalty as well. Mark, Samster and Riff losing, and Inca as well, I beg pardon, losing 1 point, obviously, for an incorrect answer somewhere along the way. Hopefully that's a nice, relatively straightforward one to get us warmed into the style of the game. Just a quick reminder that because there were quite a few people who were waiting until the final bit to solve the Cryptex, you can crack the Cryptex whenever you like, and it will give you all the letters of the clues that you haven't solved that are missed in that sort of diagonal, if you like. So as soon as you think you've worked out the Cryptex, do have a go at it, because it can give you a little help, and of course it's worth those 10 bonus points as well. Those are the scores as it stands at the moment. Quite a high scoring round. For the next few, I think there's one more puzzle where it reveals the letters in order, but for most of the rest, the letters are going to come out in a random order. So just make sure you are checking what's being filled in. They don't necessarily go in the order of the Cryptex. Topper, Holger, Matt, welcome both of you to the stream. Let's go on to our next puzzle. It's once again decryption, so same rules as before. Let's take a look. And here we go. It's another classic, 8 letters. It's a film. Film is the clue with 8 letters, and or is the clue to the category. It's the Cryptex category. Shut up, then. Second letter for this first clue. First day of summer or winter with 8 letters. That will give you the second letter of that. Will give you the second letter of the Cryptex. It's 8 letters long. On to the next. For the fourth letter, any resident of the Grand Canyon State. Any resident of the Grand Canyon State. There's our first Cryptex solve already after just 2 clues. Very well done to that person. I can see who it is, but I'm going to keep it anonymous until the end. And there's a second solve. Remember, even if you have solved, do keep answering these clues because they're worth points on their own as well. On to the next. This will give you the 6th letter to make a liquid exceed its container's brim. Again, all of the clues in this round have got 8 letters, or in this puzzle at least have got 8 letters, and the Cryptex itself is a film that we are looking for to make a liquid exceed its container's brim. And to the next, the 8th letter, falafel ingredient, aka the garbanzo bean. Falafel ingredient, aka the garbanzo bean. There's a few solves coming in now. That bing telling us that people are solving the Cryptex. We move to the next, third letter, stand on which a statue or vase may sit. Again, 8 letters, stand on which a statue or vase may sit. And mind your spelling, because spelling does count in this game, including stray hashtags at the ending. Bad luck on that typo there. Relation of Prince Archie of Sussex to King Charles III. Relation of Prince Archie of Sussex to King Charles III. 8 letters. First letter of this will give you the first letter of the Cryptex, which, a reminder, is a film. Has it gone even first and now it's going up, Mark? It doesn't persist on my screen. Next, for the 5th letter, you want the 5th letter of this clue. Contouring cosmetic popular with emo culture. Contouring cosmetic popular with emo culture. 8 letters. And for the next one, the 7th letter. Victor or Hugo in a 1996 Disney film with 8 letters. Victor or Hugo in a 1996 Disney film. Those are all your clues. Last opportunity to solve the Cryptex, or indeed solve any of the clues that have already gone. Now is your opportunity to do so. You've got about 7 seconds to either crack the Cryptex or solve any other clues. Remember, cracking the Cryptex will give you a bonus 10 points, 5 points for every clue that you solve, and the solution to the Cryptex was Godzilla. Godzilla. To go through the clues, first day of summer or winter is the solstice, from where we got the O. Any resident of the Grand Canyon State would be an Arizonan, from where we got the Z. To make a liquid exceed its container's brim is to overflow, from where we got the L. Falafel ingredient, aka the garbanzo bean, is the chickpea, and I've got a fun joke to share with you on that in just a minute. A stand on which a statue or vase may sit is a pedestal, from where we got the D. Relation of Prince Archie of Sussex to King Charles III, he's his grandson, from where we got the G. Contouring cosmetic popular with emo culture is eyeliner, from where we got the I. And Victor or Hugo in a 1996 Disney film is a gargoyle, from where we got the L. Victor, Hugo, and Laverne were anthropomorphic gargoyles in the animated film The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And chickpea, incidentally, is a subject of one of Ape's 3 favourite dirtiest jokes. Would you like to hear it? Would anyone like to hear one of Ape's 3 dirtiest jokes, which is related to the chickpea? What's the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea? I've never had a garbanzo bean in my mouth. I think is what I can say to that. Shapes, welcome to the stream, bro. Hope you're keeping well. And you've joined on that moment there. Yes. Never had a garbanzo bean in my mouth, but you have had a chickpea in your mouth. Ultra, indeed. Yes, I can do what Ash does. I go spam the button. Very nice indeed. Riff, Score, barbecue.gov, Kegler Coach, welcome all of you to stream. Chickpea in your mouth coming in as a raid suggestion message from Huds there. Prugs, welcome to the stream. Chickpeas or garbanzo beans. Wonderful water sports weekend. Sounds fun. Chickpeas or garbanzo beans as well. A couple of raid messages that I've highlighted for now. We are going to go on to the next puzzle. So, let's just take a look at the scores very quickly, because that's something I've not done. Clive, Riff, and Mark having a perfect round, each scoring 50. 10 for the Cryptex, and then 40 for the 8 clues. 49, quite a few 44s in there as well. Mark and Riff currently leading the pack with 99. And yellow if you did crack that Cryptex. The majority of us getting that, so very well played. One more decryption puzzle for us in this round, and then we'll move on to something else. Let's take a look at this. Got a slightly bigger cryptex for you here. All of these have 9 letters, as does the cryptex itself. And the clue to the cryptex, or the cryptex category, is phenomenon. Phenomenon with 9 letters. On to our first clue. Second letter of this gives you the second letter of the cryptex. Device with a harness, ripcord, and suspension lines. Device with a harness, ripcord, and suspension lines. On to the next. 6th letter of this gives you the 6th letter of the cryptex. Scientific study of the skeleton. Scientific study of the skeleton with 9 letters. Rarely used category. I like it. Next one. 7th letter gives you the 7th letter of the cryptex. Marvel hero with exclusive use of snicked Fortnite emote. Marvel hero with exclusive use of snicked Fortnite emote. To our next one. 8th letter. Group of people that Tears for Fears says wants to rule the world. Group of people that Tears for Fears say want to rule the world. There's our first cryptex solve and our second. Very well done. And our third. Well done to those 3 players. Solving in just over a minute. Very well played. Next one. 9th letter gives you the 9th letter of the cryptex. Olympian who skis and shoots. Olympian who skis and shoots. Another couple of 3 solves coming in. I'm just spelling there, Flyboy. Pretty close, but not quite. Next one. First letter gives you the first letter of the cryptex. Effect using calcium oxide, which illuminated Victorian-era stage actors. Effect using calcium oxide, which illuminated Victorian-era stage actors. 9 letters there. To our next one, Secret Wife to Othello. Secret Wife to Othello. The 4th letter of this gives you the 4th letter of the cryptex. And the next one, with confirmed and busted, a scientific conclusion on TV's Mythbusters. With confirmed and busted, a scientific conclusion on TV's Mythbusters. 9 letters, this will give you the 5th letter. I think that is all of the clues now, so, no, I beg your pardon, there's one more. For the 3rd letter, poodle size between medium and toy. Poodle size between medium and toy. So we'll give you the 3rd letter of the cryptex. Quite a few solves now, last opportunity to solve. And an opportunity here to crack the cryptex. Do attempt to crack the cryptex if you haven't done so already, or solve any other clues that you haven't yet solved. You've got about 5 seconds to get an answer in. Some last minute ones coming in here. Very well done for the bonus 10 points. The solution was a landslide, was our phenomenon that we were looking for. Device with a harness of ripcord and suspension lines is a parachute, from where we got the A. Scientific study of the skeleton is osteology, from where we got the L. The Marvel hero with the exclusive use of snicked is Wolverine. The onomatopoeia is closely associated with Wolverine's claws extending. That's from where we got the I. The group of people that Tears for Fears says wants to rule the world is everybody, from where we got the D. The Olympian who skis and shoots is a biathlete, from where we got the E. Effect using calcium oxide, which illuminated Victorian-era stage actors, is limelight, from where we got the L and that expression. And the secret wife to Othello was Desdemona, from where we got the D. Confirmed, busted, and plausible were the conclusions in Mythbusters, from where we got the S, and the poodle size between medium and toy is miniature, from where we got the N. And that is the end of the puzzle. Let's check in with the leaderboard. Yellow if you cracked the cryptex. A couple of people managing to do just that. Well done. Remember, you can crack the cryptex at any time, even if you have not solved all of the clues, or even if you've only got 1 or 2 of the clues, as a couple of people have done so far. And I can say the first player to solve all of those cryptexes was Mark, getting the first one on the first clue. I think Clive might have done as well. Mark getting Godzilla on the second one, and I think it took you 2 or 3 there, Mark. So a very strong performance from Mark, who is appropriately at the top of the leaderboard with 154. 5 points clear of Riff in second with 149, who is just a point ahead of Samster and Toot, tied up in third with 148. Well done to Mark, Samster, Toot, and Apodo for a perfect round there, scoring 55 points. Well done indeed, everybody. I'm going to take this opportunity to clear the logs because I get a log every time someone types an answer, and the mesh is getting quite dense, so I'm just going to clear that down. So it's all fresh, and then I will review it later on because, of course, it also prints for us. Right, that is the end of round 1. We're going to go on to round 2, where the rules are going to change slightly, but the general thrust of the game is broadly going to be the same. I'll give you an opportunity to read the rules while I go and top up my glass, because we're going to round 2, which is combination. BRB, have a little read. No? Okay. Right. So, I've got a fresh glass of fizz. So this is combination, and in this round, as with the previous round, yes, legally distinct answer smash. I have to say legally distinct answer smash. I was unaware of answer smash's existence when I initially programmed this. I am now very aware of answer smash's existence. 5 points for each clue you solve, with a penalty of 1 point for incorrect or repeated answers as before. And again, you may solve clues at any time, even if they are not the current clue. In this round, though, it's more like an answer smush, yeah. Each clue will be formed by blending 2 words with at least 2 letters overlapping. So the example I always give is a hand in poker of 5 hearts would be a flush. A fluffy animal would be a sheep. You mash them together, you get flush sheep, which is why it's often called the Pokemon round. So yeah, at least 2 of the letters will overlap. It might be more, but it will be at least 2. You may solve half a clue to help gain letters in the Cryptex. So if in that example you typed flush, that would fill in on your device, but you wouldn't get the points until you've solved the other half. Okay, very important to remember. So you don't get points until you have solved both halves. If you're typing in the second half of an answer, you can just type the second half, or you can type the whole thing. So you can type flush and then sheep to get the whole thing. You can type flush and then flusheep to get the whole thing. You can't type flush and then eep. Eep would be marked as a wrong answer, so you've got to give me the full word, the full blended word, or each of the 2 in halves, and you don't get the points until you've gotten both. Most notably of all, there will be a Cryptex, which you get 10 bonus points for if you can solve at any time, but the Cryptex will not be a blended word. The Cryptex will be a real word based on the category. It will not be an answer smash. Okay, flushing the log. Yes, I've done the flushing the log again, which I don't actually mark as flushing the log. Flush your logs. That was on the old operator, I think. So there's lots of raid messages coming in. I'm going to read those in just a moment. For now, we are going to get. This says, no, HUD 601. I cannot say it all again. You'll pick it up pretty quick, I'm sure. Good luck to you all. Let's take a look at our first combination puzzle. And again, we've got classic Cryptex here, an 8-letter Cryptex, and all of the clues have 8 letters in total. It's a transport is what it is. That's your Cryptex category. It's a transport. And our first clue, for the 6th letter, mirror ball genre, and it makes brownies brown. Mash those 2 things together, and you'll get an 8-letter mashed up word. A mirror ball genre, and it makes brownies brown. To our next one. For the 3rd letter, Amelia Earhart for 1, and Theresa May politically. There's our first Cryptex cracking. Very well done to that player. I will say it's not Mark this time. And to our next one, for the 2nd letter, totes orcs and consume sustenance, for 8 letters. Totes orcs and consume sustenance. You can solve them one at a time, or you can solve them all in one go. To the next one. Developing chick, say, and developing chick's sustenance. Developing chick, say, and developing chick's sustenance. our next one. Spacecraft of an ET and some infant's sustenance. Spacecraft of an ET and some infant's sustenance. Why is this a sustenance round? I think Ape was probably hungry when he wrote it. And to the next one for the fourth letter, Zoom accessory and surprise guest role. Zoom accessory and surprise guest role. Lots of souls coming in now. And to the next, clue number 7, dance with mechanical movements and infant sustenance container. Dance with mechanical movements and infant sustenance container. Your final clue, social no-no and Yogi Bear's companion. Social no-no and Yogi Bear's companion. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex. And answer any of the clues that have gone already, or solve the Cryptex, crack the Cryptex for those bonus 10 points. There's a last minute solve. The solution was tricycle, was the transport we were after. Mirror ball genre, and it makes brownies brown, is Disco and Coco, or Discoco. Amelia Earhart for 1, Theresa May politically, that's Aviator and Tory for Aviatory. Totes Orcs and Consume Sustenance is Cringe and Ingest for Cringest. Developing Chicksay and Developing Chicks Sustenance is Embryo and Yolk for Embryoke. Spacecraft of an ET and Some Infants Sustenance is UFO and Formula for UFormula. Zoom accessory and surprise guest role is Webcam and Cameo for Web Cameo. Dance with mechanical movements and infant sustenance container is Robot and Bottle for Robottle. And this one is wonderful. Social no-no and Yogi Bear's companion is Taboo and Boo Boo for Taboo Boo. Clap, 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 clap. Lovely stuff there, Ape Minky. And yellow if you cracked the Cryptex. Green if you got a perfect score. PP to Boo Boo, indeed so. Now, I have a little confession to make, and I hope no one noticed any changes whatsoever in my demeanour about halfway through that puzzle. Because about halfway through that puzzle, I got a Unity has stopped working error bar pop up, so I thought in about 5 seconds, something's going to close. It's either going to be the Unity Inspector with the operator running, or it's going to be the graphics build of Cryptex, which is in a built software. I was hoping it was going to be the operator. It was indeed the operator. So it's fortunate because it means I can still keep playing Cryptex. I can, he says with confidence, I should be able to progress gameplay using my standard Stream Deck method. What it does mean though is that I don't have the questions debugged to me anymore, and it also means I won't see who is answering what. When the operator is built, that problem should go away. But it's still being developed for now, so it's running out the inspector. I'm not going to restart the operator until after Cryptex has concluded, so yes, clear logs for a fresh mesh. Operator goes off the rails. And I was just about to say, you can stop suggesting raid messages now, because all the raid messages that have been suggested already will have been lost because they don't persist anywhere, but you will get 3 free new ones when I reload it. It also means I'll probably say hello to you all again, which is nice. Yes, F's in chat indeed, but on the plus side, the graphics are still alive, which means the game can continue. Happy days. Mark's at the top with 204. Samster is in second with 198. Riff now in third with 194. Lots of people cracking that Cryptex right there. This is the best raid message. It's not logging them. I'm not going to remember that. I'm just not. So, fingers crossed. Yeah. So, it's just F1. F1 to keep going through the game. I just have to trust that everything works. And I will try and keep my eye on my notes, which are in the Google Sheet. Right, another combination for you. Oh, and there's my mouse. Hello, mouse. Another combination for you. Let's load the puzzle in. I have no assurances that it's doing anything, but I hope it is. There we go. Starting with this, the Cryptex category, maths, with 8 letters. This looks like another classic Cryptex, 8 letters in the Cryptex, 8 letters per clue. And your first clue, seller at a stall and support as a candidate. Next one. Zip plus zilch and wearing away as rock debris or tooth enamel. Zip plus zilch and wearing away as rock debris or tooth enamel. Heard the first couple of solves of the Cryptex already. That's very, very quick indeed. Yes, unity is disuniting. It is that. To the next one. Narrowboat similar to a canoe and the Japanese mafia. Narrowboat similar to a canoe and the Japanese mafia. 8 letters, second letter gives you the second letter of the Cryptex. To the halfway mark, umbrella used when sunning and an auction ender. Umbrella used when sunning and an auction ender? With a question mark. Next one, Pixie-like and the last one, for example, a TV episode. Pixie-like and the last one, for example, a TV episode. Clue number 6, we're after the fourth letter of this. Narrow one's eyes and forward for short. Narrow one's eyes and forward for short. Remember, at least 2 of the letters in these 2 clues will overlap. Pinnacle and brief general truth. Pinnacle and brief general truth. You want the 5th letter of this? It's 8 letters long. Final clue, precious stone and bent pipe fitting. Precious stone and bent pipe fitting. 8 letters in total. You want the 6th letter of this. Opportunity to crack the Cryptex now for 10 bonus points if you haven't done so already, or solve any of the other clues that you have missed for 5 points each. The category is maths. It's 8 letters long. And we were looking for a variable. Variable was the solution to the Cryptex. Let's go through that first one. Seller at a stall and support as a candidate is vendor and endorse for vendorse. Zip plus zilch and wearing away as rock debris or tooth enamel is zerosion, zero and erosion. A narrowboat similar to... where's that one gone? Narrowboat, similar to the canoe and a Japanese mafia, is kayak and yakuza. Kayakuza. That's parasol and sold. Pixie-like and the last one is elfin and finale for el finale. Narrow one's eyes and forward for short would be squint and intro for squintro. Pinnacle and brief. Where's it gone? Brief general truth. Climax and maxim for climaxim. Precious stone and bent pipe fitting is jewel and elbow. Jewelbow. Jewelbow. Something like that. Gavel would also be fun there, wouldn't it? Paragavel. Doesn't have the crossover though, does it? 42 of you in. Blimey, we're almost at a full lobby. So, again, yellow if you crack the Cryptex. Quite a few of you managing that there. And again, Mark with a perfect score of 50 that round. 254, extending his lead at the top. Apodo and Riff and Inca have got a 3-way going on in second place. Apodo, Riff and Inca, you lucky people, all with 238 points. And it's Samster and Toot are tied up in third with 236 apiece, marked down as 5th and 6th there. Second place 3-way, yeah, lucky 3-way. These are going to log, so remember them for write them down somewhere and then submit them, because I don't want to open the operator mid-game, because I won't be able to reconnect to... I don't think I'll be able to reconnect to Cryptex. I might be able to reconnect to Cryptex, but I don't want to risk it. in case I can't. And it screws the graphics up. So I'm just gonna play it safe. Yes, I'm very aware, Silent Marine. It's almost like I said that on purpose because that would be funny. Oh, I've lost my soundboard as well.
What a shame.
What a shame. I've still got the buttons on the stream, don't they? Anyway, I think we've got one more combination puzzle. So let's clear that board and let's take a look at it. Here we go, and as before, we've gone 889, and now we've gone 889. It's a 9-letter cryptex, and all of the clues, I think, will be 9 letters. We're looking for a city as the cryptex category this time. Here's your first clue for the 8th letter. Improvised jazz singing and ancient propelling mechanism. No! Someone solved it already, that's ridiculous. I mean, well played. Goodness me. On to the next one. Monoceros by another name and iris coverer. Monoceros by another name and iris coverer. To the next one for the second letter. Eden and Italian marketplace. Eden and Italian marketplace. 9 letters. You want the second? Tweren't me, says Mark. Well, it was someone. Someone's very cleverly got the cryptex after just one clue. For those bonus 10 points and for a bit of a hint on the rest of the clues. To the next one, many a profile pic and nap to Nando. Full disclosure, Nando has a Spanish background. Just for disclosure for anyone who's not in the community. There he is, there's Nando, he's got a Spanish background. So a nap for Nando, who has a Spanish background. It's only fair to give that clue to everyone. To the next, spirit or opportunity and fictional hotel near Sidewinder, Colorado. Spirit or opportunity and a fictional hotel near Sidewinder, Colorado. Even if the F Nando is also an Italian name, yeah, that's true. Nando. So the next one. One is found in this clue, and one of over 1,000 creatures in a Game Freak franchise. One is found in this clue. That's very clever meta clue there. And one of over 1,000 creatures in a Game Freak franchise. I'll talk to you about that one at the end, actually. The next one, condemnable morally, and continual. 9 letters in total. You need the 3rd letter of this mashup. At least 2 of the letters will overlap. So the next one, Gretel's literary sibling and infrequently. Gretel's literary sibling and infrequently. Lot of solves coming in on that one by the sounds of things. 9 letter, this gives you the 9th letter. There's one more clue to come. One more pair. Flush like a luxurious lifestyle. And thank you to Wait for using this word. Eponymous claymation sheep. Flush like a luxurious lifestyle and eponymous claymation sheep. There's a flush sheep reference for you as well as use of the word eponymous. Love to see it. Last opportunity to crack the cryptex or solve any other clues that you haven't got yet. Did you get it? The solution to the cryptex was Stockholm. Let's see if we can find all the answers as they come up. Starting with improvised jazz singing ancient propelling mechanism is scat and catapult for scatapult. Next, Monoceros by another name and an iris coverer is unicorn and unicornia. Eden and Italian marketplace, Utopia and Piazza, Utopiazza. Many a profile pic and a nap to Nando's selfie and fiesta for selfiesta. Spirit or opportunity, a fiction and fictional hotel near Sidewinder, California. That was Rover and Overlook for Roverlook. One found in this clue, that's a typo, and Pokemon is the other one. Condemnable morally and continual is wrong, and ongoing for wronggoing. Gretel's literary sibling is Hansel, infrequently is seldom for Hanseldom, and flush like luxurious lifestyle and eponymous claymation sheep, lavish and shorn for lavishorn. Just a note on the Sidewinder, Colorado and Spirit Opportunity clues. Spirit and Opportunity were twin NASA rovers used to explore the planet Mars. So that's what that clue is all about, Spirit and Opportunity. There was one I was also going to mention. I gave you the nap for Nando. Was there something else I was going to mention? Oh yeah, the typo one. There's my spell checker going, so that's not like 8-Ninky to make a typo like that. And then I read the clue. And yeah, of course the typo was by design. Let's check in with the board. We've finally got nobody getting a perfect score the first round where that's happened. But again, quite a few Cryptexes go. Did anyone want to own up? Who was the one who got it after that first clue? Anyone want to own up to that? It was jolly impressive just getting it after one letter. Anyone want to lay claim to that? No, you can be anonymous. Can remember the word for type. Yeah, it's typo, Huds. Oh, was it you, Nando? That's appropriate. Appropriate, given you featured in the puzzle. Well played. Good effort. The maximum score for that puzzle was 55. 9 times 5 plus 10. So yeah, 55 would have been the maximum for that one. Didn't get try score for it. Sometimes they just come to you fully formed. Sometimes they take a little while, don't they? That's the way it goes. Well, you're all doing really well. It has to be said. Everyone with lots of points up there on the board. We have got 3 more puzzles, and we're going to speed things up a bit as we go to our third round. And our third round is Decipher, and in this round the objective is to crack the Cryptex as fast as possible. You may solve clues to help gain letters in the Cryptex, but they won't be worth any points on their own. They will fill them in on your devices, but they won't themselves be worth points unless you fail to crack the Cryptex, in which case you will get 1 consolation point for each correct answer that you give. Okay, so the clues themselves are not worth anything unless you fail to crack the Cryptex. If you fail to crack it, then we'll give you some consolation points for you get 1 point for every clue that you solved. For every clue revealed, 5 points will be taken from the potential winnings. This is shown in square brackets on your device. Answering a clue incorrectly or guessing the Cryptex solution incorrectly will incur a further 1 point penalty. So this is the one, basically the number that is in square brackets, that is the points that you will get if you solve the Cryptex. That number will keep going down with every wrong answer and with every clue revealed. So the faster you solve it, the more points you get, but you don't get discrete points for the clues themselves. Hopefully that all makes sense. So crack it as quickly as you can to maximize those points. There are 3 Cryptexes left, and this is Decipher. This one takes a couple of games to get the hang of. Yeah, it really does. I don't remember back in the days when we didn't have the universal controller. We all had to use pen and paper for it. My God. It lasted for about 3 and a bit years doing that. With just pen and paper, which is madness. So hopefully it's a little bit more accessible with the universal controller now. And yes, you can guess more than once. So that was an old thing in the old one. You could only have 1 guess. Now you can have as many guesses as you like, but you just lose a point every time you guess. You hated the old Cryptex, the pen and paper era, the good old days, yeah. I mean, I wasn't a big fan. Cryptex has never been my favourite game, but I think it is popular with the community. And I think it's been more popular since it got its reskin. So I don't know that I've ever actually played it. I'd quite like to at some point. Anyway, I'm rabbiting on. Let's get on with the first of our final 3 Cryptexes. It's Decipher. Here's the first. Chisel and rock. Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Parchment and quill as well. Here we go. 7 letters in this Cryptex. All of the clues are different lengths. The category is chemistry. Here's your first clue. Police song about a sex worker love story. 7 letters. Remember, you don't... Wow! Wow! Someone's got it from... 2 people have got it from the first letter. That's very impressive. We're going to give you the clues in order. For the second clue, baton to an officer of the law. Baton to an officer of the law. 6 letters, you want the second. To the next one, this one's got 9 letters. Intelligence, sharp or intuitive ability. 9 letters, you want the third. Remember, no points for solving these clues directly, but the more you can answer, the more letters you get to the Cryptex, and the more points you get, the faster you solve it. Or the faster you solve it, the more points you get. To our next, halfway through, ring-shaped cake. 8 letters, what's your spelling? You want the 4th. And to our fifth clue. Facts or information supporting an argument. 8 letters, you want the fifth. Remember, our Cryptex category is chemistry, and it has 7 letters. Thank you, Naughty Goth, and thank you, Scorecount and BC for the nice comments about Cryptex. To our next one, 1940s crime classic Double Blank. 9 letters, you need the 6th. Yeah, it definitely does. Definitely does. And the final clue, affirmative, voluntary and mutual permission. Affirmative, voluntary and mutual permission. 7 letters, you want the 7th. Those are all the clues. Have a go at the Cryptex, you'll get consolation points if you don't manage to crack it. 1 point for each clue that you did get. Last opportunity to crack it right here though. The solution was Regent, possibly. To go through, police song about a sex worker love story. That's Roxanne, from where we got the R. Baton to an officer of the law is a weapon, from where we got the E. Oh, reagent, of course it is, thank you. Intelligent, sharp or intuitive ability, smartness, from where we got the A. Yeah, so I was thrown by the lack of hyphen. Ring-shaped cake is a donut, from where we got the G. Facts or information supporting an argument is evidence, from where we got the E. 1940s crime classic is double indemnity, from where we got the N. And affirmative, voluntary and mutual permission is consent, from where we got the T. Smartitude, yeah. So yeah, me, sometimes I say things wrong, even if I've proofed them. It's just the way it goes. Well done, Huds! Huds managing to crack the Cryptex. ABME, Clayton, Crypto, Comradax, Stilgar, Silver Electron, Ralph, CJ, Jerry, Simpsons, Angle, Fluffy, Nando, Clive, Fet, Sapodo, Toot, Samster, Inca, and Mark all cracking that Cryptex. But look at this. It's tied up at the top. Riff has slipped a little bit as he did not manage to crack the Cryptex there. I mean, literally last second. Hey, they all count, Huds. You got 13 points for it. Riff slipping down the table a little bit. Mark and Inca are within 1 point of each other. Mark just getting 30 out of that one. Inca managing to pick up 45. Oh, excuse me. Inca and CJ looked as though they were the first two to solve. I suppose it's appropriate. Inca is a bit of a science bod, so it's good that he got a chemistry one on the first clue. That's not how he spelled donut. This is how he spelled donut. That's the way it goes. You've got to use those crossword clues. So it's neck and neck, really. Just a point between the top two. Bit of a gap down to Sam then in third, who is 9 points clear of Toot in fourth. We've got 2 more Cryptexes though, so it could still all change. Let's go to the next. And your Cryptex category is a drink with 8 letters. First clue, department with bikinis and speedos. 8 letters, you want the first. And for your next one, childish, unripe. 8 letters, you want the second. 9 puzzles, Bruce. 3 in each round. That's our first solve, first couple of solves. Clue number 3 for the 4th letter. We aren't going in order. RNG has just done that. 65 compact discs or 6 hockey pucks weighs approximately 1 watt with 8 letters. You want the 4th letter of the answer? Nah. 11:15, I reckon, Naughty Guff. Well, UK time anyway. Next one, philosophy taught to Tutti Plato. Philosophy taught to Tutti Plato. 8 letters, you want the 7th. To our next one, not as tall, long, or plentiful. Not as tall, long, or plentiful. 7 letters, you want the 3rd. Yeah, 12:15 then, I reckon, Naughty Goth. Correct, Clayton, but you can still answer for funsies if you like. Musical foursomes is next. 8 letters, you want the 5th. Yes, that used to be the way, actually. Once you cracked the Cryptex, you couldn't type anything else. But someone requested, can we still answer for fun? So I implemented that. So yes, once you've solved it, there's no more points available because you've hit your maximum, but you can still play along for fun. Recurring mental or physical activity promoting improvement. 8 letters, you want the 8th. Recurring mental or physical activity promoting improvement. And your final clue, rubber overshoes for a rainy day. Rubber overshoes for a rainy day. 8 letters, you want the 6th. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex. If not, we'll give you some pity points for everyone that you did get. Remember, we are looking for a drink of some description. And the solution to the Cryptex was a smoothie. The department with bikinis and speedos is swimwear, from where we got the S. Childish or unripe, that was immature, from where we got the M. 65 compact discs or 6 hockey pucks weighs approximately 1 kilogram, from where we got the O. Next was not philosophy taught to Tutti Plato was Socratic. Plato was a student of Socrates. Socratic for that one. Not as tall, long, or plentiful is shorter, from where we got the O. Musical foursomes are quartets, from where we got the T. Recurring mental or physical activity promoting improvement is exercise, from where we got the E. And rubber overshoes for a rainy day are galoshes. Galoshes, from where we got the H. That is the end of the penultimate Cryptex. Let's check out the scores and who managed to get a solve on that. Yellow, if you did. Quite a few managing to solve it. What's going on at the top of the board? Look at this. Ink has closed down that gap of 1 point. Mark obviously typing something and getting a 1 point penalty, typing a wrong answer. They are now literally on the same score. And for the first time, because I'm not running out of the inspector and because the operator died, I genuinely won't know who solves first until this leaderboard is revealed. And the only person who will know if they've won is if Inka or Mark are the first ones to trigger the ba-dung. Then they will be the only people on the planet who know that they have won in advance. If neither of them trigger the ba-dung first and someone else does, then no one can be sure. Oh, this is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And there is one more Cryptex to go. Samster is in second with 348. Toot in third with 333. We could have a tied gold medal here. And I'm not going to know. I don't like this not knowing malarkey. Very, very scary. Well, I wish you all the very, very best of luck as we go to our final Cryptex of the game. Good luck. And we are looking for a landmark with 9 letters. Your first clue for the 8th letter, Twitch roll represented by a green sword. Someone lots of people's have solved. Twitch roll represented by a green sword. And now even if it was Mark and or Inca, they won't know if they were first. North Atlantic orc with a sharp-edged upper beak. 9 letters, you want the second. Seymour Skinner or Stanford S. Strickland. 9 letters, you want the first. Remember, we're looking for a landmark with 9 letters. Fourth clue, British American band whose only UK and US number 1 was I Want to Know What Love Is. 9 letters, you want the 7th. I wanna know what love is. Quite like that song. 5th clue, area of Wandsworth known for its power station and enamelware. 9 letters, you want the 4th. The tension. It's palpable. 6th clue, 135 degrees on a compass. 9 letters, you want the 6th. You're looking for a landmark, remember. It's a place. It's a place in London. Next one, clue number 7. Contorted, having no natural form. 9 letters, you want the 5th. Remember, you don't get points directly for this clue. It will just help you to getting the Cryptex. Penultimate clue. Joking aside, in a sincere manner, 9 letters, you want the third. And your final Cryptex clue of the game. English surgeon who wrote an essay on the shaking palsy. 9 letters, you want the 9th. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex for you now. Can you get it if you haven't already? I just see your comment, Huds. Yeah, they're concentrating hard. The solution was, they say, of the Acropolis where the Parthenon is. Let's go through them. Twitch roll represented by a green sword is a moderator from where we got the O. North Atlantic orc with a sharp-edged upper beak is a razorbill from where we got the A. Seymour Skinner or Stanford S. Strickland are principals of the schools in The Simpsons and Back to the Future, respectively. British American band was Foreigner from where we got the N. Area of Wandsworth is Battersea from where we got the T, known for its power station and its enamelware. 135 degrees on a compass is southeast from where we got the E. Contorted or having no natural form is misshapen from where we got the H. Joking aside, in a sincere matter is seriously from where we got the R. And the English surgeon who wrote an essay on the shaking palsy was Parkinson. The essay, written 7 years before his death, described paralysis agitans, later renamed after its author, James Parkinson. And let's take a look at the final scoreboard. Coming into that front column. Third is Samster, second is Inca, but the winner by 11 points is Mark. Congratulations, my dude. Sneaking it, getting Parthenon from that first clue. Getting it, I think, was it the O that came out first? Was it the penultimate letter? Twitch roll represented by a green moderator, getting it from just the O and from a landmark with 9 letters. Superb effort. Samster also getting it, and Apodo getting it from that first clue. I don't know if it was actually Moffat, and Polister as well, getting the 55 points from that first clue. Very well played. Yellow if you did manage to crack that Cryptex there. Otherwise, we gave you some consolation points. It's a gold medal for Mark with 433. It's a silver for Inca with 422. And it's a bronze for Sam with 403. Your points will be converted into pennies as well. Is it points equal pennies in this game? It might say on your devices when I click the button next, or when it rolls the credits, but we'll find out in due course. Can I extend my extremely warm thanks to 8Minky for an absolute corker of a pack. I know for quite a few people it's probably the first time you played Cryptex, and we've got nearly a full lobby, 43 out of 45, which is very gratifying indeed. So thank you, Ape, for a tremendous effort with that pack. Really, really good. Really, really good stuff. Multiply the score by how much I love you, and then at 32. That makes sense. Stands to reason. Really great stuff, and lovely to prove. Very, very little needed changing, which is always a proofer's dream, that sort of pack. So, but thank you for your forbearance and our dialogue this afternoon, 8Minky. And well done to our top 3 there, Samster, Inca, and of course Mark at the top. Right, I'm going to roll the credits. I'm going to roll some adverts. We'll get the fun con for those of you who are subscribed, and for those of you who are not, you'll get some adverts. But we won't start the next game without you. And the next game is another debut for Season 18. It is The Escape Artist. It's been written by Quizzle and it's been proofed by Lewis. Excellent stuff in this pack, I am assured. I had a very brief look at it, not in any depth. The temptation is to play, but actually with the operator, I'm just going to be able to see the answers, so I won't do that on this occasion. So yeah, sorry about the operator crashing. I don't think it had any impact on you guys, other than your raid messages, which would have stopped logging, and you will now have to relog, and I'll have to say hello to everyone all over again, so apologies for that. But yeah, I'll get the operator back up and running, and we'll get into the Escape Artist in about 5 minutes time. Thank you again to Ape. Congratulations to our winners, and I hope you've enjoyed playing Cryptex this evening. Lovely to see it back, and we'll see it again a bit later on in the season. Time for a break now, so go stretch your legs, get some more drinks, get some more snacks, go for a quick walk. You've got about 5 minutes before we get on with the next game, which is going to be The Escape Artist, as written by Quizzle. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you there. Here's some more funk for you. Adverts will be coming up in a minute. As soon as I put a bonus message into the chat, you'll know the operator is live. So at that point, you'll be able to recheck your pennies. Again, sorry that happened, but fortunately, the games we're playing tonight can continue with just the F1 key. So hopefully that won't happen again. And like I say, once the operator is in a more finished state, I'll be able to build it, and that will get around the issue entirely. But yeah, so a great start to the evening. We've got the escape artist coming up in 5 minutes. I'm just about running on time tonight, which is good. Adverts coming up, funk for the rest of you if you're not subscribed. Oh, excuse me. So go grab yourselves a drink, stretch your legs. We'll be back with the escape artist very, very soon. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. This is pretty funky. I like this. Feeling the Goodie by Matthew Thorne, apparently. I like it. I like it. There it goes. That is not the Soul Man back. Bloody hell. That was a thing, wasn't it, that happened on Thursday? My God. Anyway, hope you're well. Operator is back up and running, so welcome to everyone who's joined us. Apologies if I'd rather than go through everyone's name. Conradlac, I don't think I said hello to you before, so welcome. Tigo, did I say hello to you? I'm sorry if I did. Pyro, there's a couple of names I'm not sure if I said hello to, but welcome to you all. And hopefully the operator stays alive during this next one, fingers crossed. And hopefully I can get it to a point where it's finished enough that I can just build it and leave it. I've got Money Box left to do, and I think that's and a couple of bug fixes on other ones, and then I think that's it. There's a couple more features that I want to put in, but they're not mission critical, so... No, it just threw it to the desktop. It did the thing where there may have been an error message actually, but I didn't stop to look at it. But it's been doing this a bit recently actually. Sometimes when I drag like a prefab from the project into the hierarchy, it just locks up, and then there's been other times where I can't associate fields with objects in the hierarchy from the inspector, and it's just a bit buggy, I think. Just a bit buggy. It's almost certainly because of something I've done, because it's the same build that I use for everything else, but God only knows what it is. I suspect it's probably prefab related, because I've got a lot of prefabs going on in this project, but there we go. Anyway, yes, hopefully it's a smooth operator. Very nice indeed, Solomon Dudley. So yeah, keep those raid messages coming in. You've each got 3 new ones to suggest now, so if anything amusing happens in the next couple of games, get them in. There's a few coming in already, and making notes of ones that I like. Now, time for a bit of quick continuity before we get on with the stream. What have we got coming up? Well, I can say that on next week, our famous friend, Ash the Bash, who, if you're not following, what are you doing? Go follow him, because he's the one who got me started in all this business. So if you like stuff over here, I always guarantee you'll like his stuff even more. He has got streams next Wednesday and Friday, the 4th and 6th of June. He's got Untitled Grid Game, which is an original game of his, and then 1,000 Heartbeats, which is not an original game of his, but the remake with the excellent soundtrack by Paul Farrer. That's on Wednesday, June the 4th at 8 p.m. GMT. Scheduled subject to change. Score count just telling us now. Thank you, Score. Then on the Friday, Equation Grid and Redacted, both of those original formats created by Ash. So that's the current plan. That's what's on his schedule at the moment. So go give him a follow if you're not doing so already. On this side of things, over on the game night stuff, my next stream is going to be Thursday the 5th of June, where it's a bit more light-hearted than tonight. Tonight's a bit of a serious one, but on Thursday this week we've got Battlefront, Distinction and Red Herrings, which sounds like a nice jolly evening if you ask... Oh, excuse me, if you ask me. Yeah, Battlefront has been written by Proogs, and Distinction has been written by Jerry, and Red Herrings has been written by Stimpson's Angle, who we're going to get to see some Risky Business of later on. They're a good pairing, Red Herrings and Risky Business. So that's this Thursday. Now, next Saturday, I need to give this man a shout out. Not the meaning of him all night, but HUD 601 and I are doing our annual Bristol Pride Charity Conflab next Saturday, the 7th of June. It will be starting on HUD's channel, but I don't know what time yet because he hasn't gotten back to me about details, and we'll be doing something super fun, but I don't know what exactly because he hasn't got back to me with that exact details. But of course, at the moment, he's not going to get back to me because he's busy over in the Partners Lounge at TwitchCon. Yeah, so he is, because he moves in famous circles, so he does. But it's our HUD's time to be... I imagine it will be 6 p.m. Starting on HUD's channel, where fun things will happen, and then we'll come over to my side of things, where extended fun quiz things will happen with both mine and HUD's communities. We're going to be playing Crossfire, Moneybox, and Spotlight, the latter 2 games, very special editions of those games. So I might be dropping gentle hints to HUD 601, but the gentle hints don't work, so that they're sort of slightly more passive-aggressive hints, but... It's going to be really good fun. No idea what's going to happen yet, but it's next Saturday, the 7th of June, both on Huds' channel and on this channel here. Crossfire, Moneybox, and Spotlight over here, and then Shenanigans on Huds' channel as well. What did you say with passive aggressive? It's just aggressive, was it? Just aggressive, yeah, probably. But we love him, and he loves me for me. So yeah, that's a big stream. Aggressive, yeah. So that's a good raid message, ABM. You should suggest that. Yeah. Oh, you've already done it. Aggressive. Nice. Yeah. That's yes, yeah, you did. So that's next Saturday. Do come along for that because there's mine and Huds' 5th collab together. And they're always really good fun. So if you are around for those, please do pop along. Yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of the continuity. We're going to go to our second feature game of the evening. It's been written by Quizzle, it's been proofed by Lewis, and I've seen very few of the questions. Hopefully the operator holds up, but if not, it's an F1 to go game, and all will be well. Hope you're ready to play. You will need the universal controller if you'd like to, and fair warning, this game has got 39 places, and any time entry is kind of a thing, but not really. If you get in the first 5 questions of round 1, you get into the game. Any later than that, you get a cell, and then you get locked out. And I think once all the cells are occupied, then no one else can come into the game, even in the background game, just because of how I program the logic. So first things first, if you're not planning on playing, maybe sit back on this one. If you're not too sure, maybe just sort of sit back and watch this one, unless there's spaces at the end, in which case do come and join. But if you are going to come and join, I'd suggest getting in ASAP. That would be my advice, because it is time for the first time in season 18 to head on back to Quiz Prison with a pack by Quizzle. See what I did there? It's time for the Escape Artist. Welcome to the Escape Artist. SKFG, if you'd like to come and play. Lewis, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, you're a little bit late for that bonus message. And Quizzle Prison coming as a raid suggestion message from David as well. Come and join the game. I have no metrics for how many players have joined other than just counting the names that come in on my debugger. So, and now they've gone off the end of the screen. So, if anyone wants to quickly count them, we can get 39 into cell block A. Cell block A. I don't know why I said it quite as strangely as that. Let me see if I can count you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's 39. We're done. We have a full prison, and apologies, cell block Q. That would be a good one. Yes, indeed. We're full up, so unfortunately, yeah, that was quick. If you didn't get in, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for. Let's lock you in. That's a beautiful thing. Oh, right, to our 39 prisoners. It is time to play the Escape Artist. And, so yes, this is a comment. Very much a comment. There are too many people who want to do quiz. The prison is overflowing. I'll have to release some other better behaved quizzers. Very good. Oh, all of us racing to get into prison. This is a surefire sign. I definitely need to expand the wings slightly. That's all it's time for on the escapes. Oh, wait. Curse Tuka, Nando, I know I've said hello already, but hello again. Right, let's get on with the game. Round 1. Round 1 is initiate. In this round, answer any 5 of the 10 questions in order to escape. You do not have to answer all 10. In fact, you will not be able to answer all 10. You do not have to attempt every question. The harder the question, the more points it is worth. You cannot answer more than 5 questions. Once you've answered 5, your device will lock out and you'll be through to the next round. Give me a wrong answer and you lose a life. If you lose all 3 of your lives, or if you fail to answer 5 questions before the end of the round, you will be eliminated. There are are no penalties for abstention. So if the first question comes up and it's the 10-pointer and you think, I've no idea, abstain. If you attempt and get it wrong, you lose a life. If you abstain, you don't. The only penalty for abstention is that it's one fewer question to attempt. At the end of the round, I'll give you a bonus point for every life that you have left, and I will recharge those lives if you get through to the next round. That is about the level of it. Let's take a look at the spread of the points. 42817 103 So the first question will be worth 4 points. The next will be worth 2. That feels like a fairly gentle curve, actually. You've got a 3, 6, and a 5 in the second half. Leaving the 9 at 9th position, that could be quietly scary. Oh, is it not? Is that not a good curve? Okay, fine. That's a terrible curve. That's a horrible curve with 5 at the end. So, we may see some earlier... You're welcome, Clive. A nice near the end. Yes, there is a nice near the end. A 6 and a 9 next to each other. No, you can only answer 5, Tiggo. Once you've answered 5, you won't be able to answer any more, but you want to maximise your points. So you want to try and get the 5. So if you might want to get 4 and then leave it to the end and think, I think I'm going to try for that 9-pointer, but then you don't know the 9-pointer, you've only got the 5-pointer left to get the 5. So you've got to get 5, but it can be any of the 5, and you can't get more than 5. Good, we're all on the same page, that's good to know. Cola, Jers, Clive, hello, welcome. Sorry, Clive, I did it anyway. Force a habit, mate. Right. If you're all ready, we're starting with the question for 4 points. Simple question format here. Sorry, mate. Simple question format here. No multiple choice, so do type your answers. Good luck. Here is the first question. A group of magicians known as the Four Horsemen are central to which 2013 film and its 2016 sequel? And that's time up. Oh, that's something I don't log. Right. How many people answered? Log how many people answered in TE8. Making a note for later on. A group of magicians known as Four Horsemen are central to which 2013 film and its 2016 sequel? This is worth 4 points. And the correct answer was... Now You See Me, or Now You See Me 2, a third installment, disappointingly not named Now You 3 Me, is due for release at the end of the year. Wrong answers there from Lupine and Solomon Dudley, Magic Mike and Apocalypse respectively. Everyone else who attempted that, very well played. Correct answer and 4 points. Let's light you back up. So you had to think of the musician. Fair enough, CJ. Let's take a look at our next question. This is a 2-pointer. Have a look at this. Self-Portrait with Bandaged Ear is an 1889 painting by which Dutch artist? Time. The correct answer? Vincent van Gogh is the correct answer there. Nothing to give you further information on, but he did a lot of self-portraits and famously cut off his ear. Very sad story, the story of Van Gogh. Genius, but addled with depression. There's one wrong answer there from Simpson's Angle going for Vermeer. Unfortunately not. He did the girl with the pearl earring. Different sort of ear-flavoured art for Vermeer. Not Vincent van Gogh. Unfortunately, you're going to lose a life. For everyone else, you've gotten yourself 2 points. Well played. Let's light you back up. No, it's not Van Gogh, it's Van Gogh. Or Van Hoog. Or, is it Van Hoog? I think is the technical Dutch pronunciation. It's definitely not Van Gogh, though. Nothing to report in terms of players on the precipice, so let's take a look at question number 3. This is for Van Gogh. This is for 8 points. Take a look. Reaching a hidden 46th room in a Mount Holly estate mansion is the goal of what 2025 puzzle adventure video game? This is one I actually knew, but I'd have been pleased with knowing an 8-pointer. The correct answer is Blueprints. It's a homophone of blueprints, which are integral to the game. It actually says ha in my notes here. Nothing to report there. Everybody who attempted it got it right. Well played for 8 points. Let's let you back up. And Riff and Apodo and BC, hello. But I know you're here already, but I've got to say it, otherwise it won't let me clear the log down. On to the next question. This one is worth a single point. I was going to write something else down for the escape artist. Debug question, cue early, so operator can have preview. That's a relatively big job and quite an annoying one, but needs to be done. Because otherwise I've got to look at the graphics to tell you that the next question is worth a single point. So this is the easiest of the lot in theory. Have a look at it, see if you want to play. Good luck. A Hawaiian pizza is typically topped with ham and what tropical fruit? And that's time. The correct answer is pineapple. I have a note here from Quizzle who says it is morally wrong to put pineapple on a pizza. No, love a pineapple on a pizza. Now, two players, Phoebe and Vegan Claps and Gamer, both put what I happen to know is the correct answer in another language. They put ananas, which I'm pretty sure is the Spanish or the French for pineapple. Yeah, it is. So I am going to condone those for you. So you get a point. And German. However, general house rule here, questions in English, answers in English, unless it specifically asks you for in another language. That's the house rule. We play in English, it's hosted in English, the questions are in English, answer in English, unless the question is specifically asking for another language. I don't care if it's every other language's word for pineapple. We, as British and English people, invented the pineapple. We invented the pineapple. We will not have it besmirched with this anus. Ananus. Are we the weird ones? Oh, I'm reading in something broadly representing English. I cannot host in Welsh. Let's light you back up. Oh, yes, you've been condoned. Let's light you back up. Right, I've got some news for you. JR, Digital David, and Fetz have gone blue because they are one away. One away, okay? Give me that one more correct answer and you're through to the next round. It doesn't have to be the next question. It can be any of the remaining 6. But one more and you're through to round 2. Let's take a look at question number 5. This is worth 7 points. Take a look. In 2014, Satya Nadella replaced Steve Ballmer as CEO of what multinational tech giant? Time. And the correct answer was Microsoft. At least one player's going for Spotify, which might be a hangover from Danger Zone on Thursday, where Microsoft and Spotify were multiple choice answers to a question to do with CEOs. May have just sort of invaded your peripheral memory there. But unfortunately, Satya Nadella is the CEO of Microsoft. So Spotify, Yahoo, Google, and Apple. Wrong answers for Alex and Jess, Tiggo, Stimpson's Angle, and Flyboy, respectively. David, you're the first player to get 5 questions correct. You have escaped to the next round, and we will see you there. Let's light you back up. And Olga Matt, Gnarly Quinn, Jesse May Plays, welcome all of you to the stream. Lovely to have you here. Welcome to the game. Unfortunately, this lobby is full, so you'll just have to spectate for now. We've got a few players who are one away. Clayton, AB Me, Nando, Jerry, Lupi, JR, Portister, Apodo, and Ardenfetch. You are one away from escaping any one of the remaining 5 questions, and you're through to round 2. Doesn't have to be the next one, but just one more, and you are through. Pyro, you have gone orange because you require all 5 questions. If you get any of them wrong or abstain on any of the remaining 5, you will be eliminated from the game. And Simpsons Angle, tread carefully. You've gone red, which means you are on your last life. One more incorrect answer, you will be eliminated. Question number 6 is worth 10 points, the hardest one of the bunch. Take a look at this. Who was the most recent US president not to be named Time Magazine's Man or Person of the Year? Interesting. A lot of answers rippling in when people think they're going to have a go. The correct answer was... it was Gerald Ford. All US presidents have been Person of the Year since the list began, with the exceptions of Calvin Coolidge, who was in power when the list began, Herbert Hoover, his successor, and Gerald Ford. For some reason, all of the others have been Time Person of the Year. A lot of wrong answers there. A lot of people going for Biden. Clayton, AB Me, Conradlac, Riff all going for Biden. Prugs, Apodo going for Biden. We've then got Holger Mack going for Clinton, JR for Reagan, Tiggo for Clinton, Silver Electron for Bush, Clive for the elder Bush, Stimpson's Angle for the younger Bush, and Kegler Coates going for Carter. Unfortunately, no, they were all Time Person of the Year. Nando, you have escaped into the next round. Very well done. We will see you in round 2. Unfortunately, Pyro and Stimpson's Angle, you're either out of lives or there's not enough questions left. Thank you both very much for playing, but it's the end of the road and it's lights out. So, quite a few players now, one away, and of course we'll put your score on the door as soon as you escape. Clayton, AB Me, Jerry Lupine, JR Pollister, Apodo, Matt, and Fetz. One more of the remaining 4, and you will escape. Tiggo, you're on your last life. Tread carefully. Here's question number 7. It's worth 3 points. Cycling's 3 Grand Tours are the Tour de France, the Vuelta a España, and the Giro of which other European country? Don't shame us. I'm perfectly capable of shaming you because I can roll over your cells, Prugs, and it will tell me what you said. It just debugs it, so I'm just, making it a little bit, more fun. Cycling's 3 Grand Tours are the Tour de France, the Vuelta a España, and the Giro of which, probably Giro actually, given the answer, of which other European country? For 3 points, the answer is Italy. That one we would have accepted it in other languages. Italia, d'Italia, or Giro d'Italia. Wrong answer there. Spain. Husveibi. That's phonetically plausible. Italy. Yes. Phonetic plausibility, I'll allow that. Germany and Portugal, though, unfortunately, are incorrect answers. Well done to ABB, Jerry, Lupine, and JR. That is 5. It is a soft G, it is Giro. Okay. ABB, Jerry, Lupine, and JR. Very well done. That's 5 correct answers. You have escaped to the next round. We'll see you there. Let's light you back up. Okay. Thank you for that, Pyro Pigman. I've just realised, why did I just get... I got a Discord ping because I'm not in streamer mode for reasons best known to Discord, which is why it just pinged me there. Pyro explaining he got an error on closure, which is on joining. So apologies for that, and apologies for your untimely demise as well, Pyro. Right, on to the next question. I got a Discord ping. You may not have got it your end. Yeah, that was me. Does anyone know how to put... I wonder why OBS Studio was showing as the game I'm playing. Let me just pop this into streamer mode real quick. Hang on. Oh god, how do you do that? Search. Let's go to search. That's the way to do it. Streamer mode. Enable streamer mode. Or if anyone messages me, we won't get any more pings, which would be nice. Right. Lots of players one away. Clayton, Riff, Colin, Holger, Matt, Polister, Sam, BC, Apodo, Fluffy, Matt, Clive, Fetz, Cola, Mark, Kegler, Toot, Innes, and Naughty Goth. One more question out of the remaining 3. The 6-pointer, the 9-pointer, or the 5-pointer. Conradlac, Alex and Jess, hashtag V and CJ, you need all 3 of them in order to escape. And Conradlac and Tiggo, you are on your last lives, so do tread carefully. Willie back, welcome to the stream. I do love it to have you here. I'm afraid this lobby is full, but do enjoy the game from a sedentary position. On we go. Question number 8. This is worth 6 points. Yeah, that's why I put it in streamer mode now. Written by Benny and Bjorn of ABBA, the song One Night in Bangkok features in which 1986 stage musical? It's for 6 points. And that's time. Correct answer is Chess, perhaps more famous for the "No one is so good they last eternally, no one is completely on your side" I know him so well, from the musical Chess, written by Benny and Bjorn of ABBA. Wrong answers, Mamma Mia, Miss Saigon, and Cats were among the wrong answers. I'm afraid I can't condone any of those. Well done to Riff, Colin, Holger, Matt, Sam, BC, Fluffy Bunny, Clive, Cola, Mark, Toot, and Naughty Goth. You have escaped into round 2. We will see you there. Unfortunately, Conrad, Alex and Jess, and CJ, not enough questions left, or too many wrong answers. Either way, it's the end of the road, and it's lights out! Not Hawaii, so everything's okay. Good stuff, Woolly Beck. Okay, 2 questions to go. Clayton, Pruse, Polister, Apodo, Matt, Fetz, Kegler, Innes, you're 1 away. Maxio, Solomon, Hoofsweeby, Vegan Claps and Gamer, Tiggo, Silver Electron, Stilgar, hashtag V and Flyboy, you require all. And we've got Tiggo, Silver Electron, Flyboy and Kegler on their last lives, so tread carefully. Question number 9 is worth 9 points. Let's take a look at what it brings. Good luck. Which character of Greek myth, who was abducted by Zeus in the form of a bull, gives her name to the smallest of Jupiter's 4 Galilean moons? Time. Only 4 right answers there. The correct answer was Europa. Europa is the smallest of Jupiter's 4 Galilean moons, the others being Callisto, Io, and Ganymede, I think. Wrong answers: Io, Minos, Astro, Callisto, Iapetus, Titania, Io, Ganymede, and Calliope. All incorrect. Well done, Polister and Inca. You have escaped into the next round. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a bloodbath on this question. Maxio, Solomon, Hoosfweeby, Vegan Claps and Gamer, Tiggo, Silver Electron, and Stilgar. Not enough questions, or too many questions wrong. Thank you for playing, but it's the end of the road and it's lights out. One question remaining. 5 points available for it. And 1 away and requires all. That list is the same. Clayton, Pruggs, Apodo, Matt, Ardenfetz, hashtag V, Flyboy, and Kegler. Pruggs, Flyboy, and Kegler, extra bit of jeopardy. You're on your last life. Slightly academic, though, at this point, because it is the last question of the round either way. Very best of luck. Here is question number 10. What is the usual 2-word translation for the building known in French as a Hôtel de Ville and in German as a Rathaus? And that's time. The correct answer is a town hall or a city hall. Hotel, inn, youth hostel, and country home, I'm afraid, are all incorrect answers. Clayton, Pruggs, Matt, Flyboy, Kegler, by the skin of your teeth, very well done. You are through to round number 2. We will see you there. Unfortunately, though, Apodo, Fetz, and hashtag V. Not enough questions correct or out of lives. Either way, thank you very much for playing, but it's the end of the road. And it's lights out! And at the end of round 1, 24 players escaped and 15 were eliminated. 39 drops to 24. To the 24 players who escaped, very well done. We are going to give you 3 more lives. We'll give you 1 bonus point for every life that you had left at the end of that round. And we're going to play on to round 2. Round 2 is Sustain, and in Sustain, you need to reach the target value in order to escape. The target is set as the highest score plus 15, so the player who did best in round 1 will only have to answer 3 questions in order to escape, because each question is now worth 5 points. The fewer points you got in round 1, the more work you're going to have to do now in order to hit that target. Answering correctly, and you lose 1 of your 3 refreshed lives, lose all 3 lives, or fail to reach the target before the end of the round. As before, you will be eliminated. And as before, there are no penalties for abstention. But remember, if you leave out too many questions, and if at any point there aren't enough for you to hit that target, you will be eliminated. Extra quirk in this round. In the last round, once you got 5, that was it, you were locked out. In this round, you may continue answering after you have escaped, i.e. after you've got past the target, but you can still be eliminated if you lose all of your lives. So there's a bit of a risk-reward thing there. Once you've escaped, you're safely through to round 3, provided you don't lose all your lives. So if you get through and you've only got 1 life left, and there's still a couple of questions to go, you might want to think twice before answering them, because you can still be eliminated after you've escaped. At the end of this round, we'll give you a bonus 2 points for each remaining life. However, you must hit the target before we apply those bonuses. So if the target is 50 and you get to 49 and you've got 2 lives left, sorry, no good. You've got to get to 50 or exceed 50 before those bonuses are applied. I think I've seen it once, Silent Marine. Once, maybe twice, where somebody has been eliminated after they've escaped. I have a funny feeling it might have been Clive. I might be mixing it up with a bidding war game. Clive may or may not be able to confirm that, but I think it has happened once. But it doesn't happen very often. I can say that with some certainty. So let's take a look at the target. Target is 55, which means the high scorer after bonuses were applied. Hugh Brisky business. Which means high score will have been 40 there, which was laid by Inca right in the centre there. So Inca's got the least amount of work to do. He only needs 3 questions. Everyone else, you're going to need 4 or more to hit that target. There's 50 points up for grabs in this round and 10 questions. Good luck. Let's take a look at the first one. Here it is. What papal name and number did Robert Prevost take on becoming Pope in May 2025? Name and number, please. Right, this is one of these rare occasions where I might have to do some uncondoning. Because the correct answer is Leo the 14th. However, in this round, answers, for example, someone has put Leo 16, which was condoned, which is unfortunately not right. And Tigger, I'm afraid that's you. I need to uncondone you because Leo 16 is wrong. Leo XVI is also wrong, ABME. XIV, 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 and Leo 14. Everything else is right. I'm afraid it was just you, Tiggo. Unfortunately, I have got an uncondone button on here as well, so apologies that you've been the victim of that. Wrong answers, Leo the 16th with numerals from ABME and 60 from Proogs. Also incorrect. It may have been the 60th Pope since some time, but we wanted the name and number, I'm afraid. Leo the 14th is what we wanted. Let's light you back up. Nothing to report there. Points added on. Let's go to the next question. As soon as I've checked the raid message. Deep Pan Chicago style Pope. Nice. Question number 2 for 5 points. Have a look at this. Popular. Nice. Cutting each corner from a square in a straight line would result in what other 2D shape? Time. The correct answer is an octagon. Take a square, cut off the corners, you are left with 8 sides, which is an octagon. Diamond, hexagon, triangle, diamond, rhombus, and rhombus from our hot seat players. All wrong answers I cannot condone. No other drama from anyone else? Let's light you back up. Inky, you're 1 away. It's a nice position to be in on 50, chasing 55. Let's take a look at the next question, see if we can get you to escape on the third question. Let's have a look. Ushuaia, widely considered the southernmost city in the world, is in what country? Ushuaia, widely considered the southernmost city in the world, is in what country? Ushuaia. I got it in my host notes, but it took me a minute to parse them. It is pronounced Ushuaia, apparently, and it is in Argentina. Thank you, Top Gear, says David. Yes, indeed. Ushuaia is the answer. Wrong answers there include New Zealand, Uruguay, New Zealand, Chile, New Zealand, Chile, Chile, and Chile. All of them incorrect. Inca, very well played. You are due for escape. Unless you lose all your lives, but congratulations. For now, you're through to round 3. Let's light you back up. Colin and Cola, you require all remaining questions, and Colin and Polister, you're on your last life. Colin not having a very good time here. A quick note for anyone who might be new and might not be aware of the rules, but if I'm saying this for apparently no reason whatsoever, but in the games we play on Game Night, we do not use Google. We do not use search engines. If you're playing as a a syndicate, like if you're sat with your partner, that's kind of fine if you're sort of a little hub team. But we don't use search engines, we don't Google for answers, just in case anyone wasn't aware of that rule because they didn't read when they first clicked into the chat channel. And just a reminder for those of you who do know that rule, just in case that's something you weren't aware of. Let's go on to question number 4 for another 5 points. Take a look at this. What mythical creature is represented by the constellation Monoceros? What are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? Because obviously we have the CEO question related to Danger Zone from before. I know for a fact there's a question coming up in Risky Business that had a passing reference on Thursday as well. And now we're in the last game. We got Monoceros again. The correct answer is, of course, Unicorn. Literally just told you sometimes the stars do align in such a way, and it's very exciting when that happens. Yeah, Unicorn, Monoceros, coming from the Greek mono meaning one or single, and ceros meaning horn, one horn. Oh, that's a front runner. Who said that? Who said that? JR. Oh, JR, you're out of rain messages. Deja Unicorn. Deja Unicorn. That would have been a winner. Possibly. Oh, but you're out, dear. You've done your 3. It didn't log it. Solomon Dudley's now jumped on your coattails. I've got a thumbs up it. Oh, 3 stars aligned for a constellation question is quite nice as well. Love when cry for me, Argentina. Oh, that's quite funny. I like that. There's a few. I need to go through those. I'll go through them at the end of probably at the end of the game. But yes, yoink, says Solomon Dudley. I could probably give you some consolation pennies if that ends up being the winner. Right, let's go on. Anything to report? Nothing to report there. Let's light you back up. Same news as last time. Colin and Cola, you require all. Colin and Pollister on your last life. Here's another question. Question number 5 for 5 points. Take a look. Constellation pennies. Yes, indeed. The Tridevi of female deities in Hinduism are Saraswati, Parvati, and which goddess of wealth and good fortune? I've asked a variation of this question, I think in Bidding War before. That's also one of the richest people in one of the richest men in the world, the Indian guy, Lakshmi Mittal, was probably where that question was related to. The answer. Lakshmi. Tridevi? Yeah, the male counterparts, Naughty Goth telling us Vishnu, the male counterparts are Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu. They're known as the Trimurti. Wrong answers there. Shiva, Vishnu, Haratuva, Brahma, Krishna, Kali, and Trimunit. All of those incorrect. In the right ballpark, but unfortunately Lakshmi was the answer that we were after. Oh, Colin and Colo, we were doing so well, but unfortunately your luck has run out, either through wrong answers or not enough questions left. Sorry to say, but one way or another, it's the end of the road and it's lights out. Okie dokie, Mark and Toot, you're one away. Any one of the remaining 5 questions will see you through to the next round. Clayton, David, and Kegler, you require all 5 of the remaining questions to hit the target. Clayton, Riff, Jerry, David, Pollister, and Kegler Coach, you are on your last life, so do tread carefully. Good luck. Here is question number 6. In England, Northampton's rugby union team and Southampton's soccer team are both commonly known by what nickname? And that's time. The correct answer. They're the Saints. The Saints, I knew that from Southampton, wouldn't have known it from the rugby, but yeah, Southampton Saints. And wrong answers, Eagles, Panthers, Hansies, Blacks, and not a clue, unfortunately. Toot, you're due for escape. Very well done. We'll see you in round 3 if you can keep hold of at least 1 life. Clayton and Kegler, though, it's been a good run halfway through the game, but unfortunately you can go no further, apart from the background game. Because, of course, there is a background element to this game. Once you're eliminated, you can continue to play for bonus pennies, if you like, or just for the fun of quiz, but not in the cells. Clayton and Kegler, thank you for playing, but it's the end of the road. And it's lights out! I probably should have mentioned that before, because I know there's a handful of new people here, but yeah, once you're eliminated, you can continue playing the game. That it does allow you to do that. So, Nando, Fluffy, Mark, you're now one away. AB Me, Jerry, David, Proogs, and Flyboy, you need all 4 of the remaining questions. Riff, Jerry, David, Polister, Flyboy, and Naughty Goth, you are on your last life, so please act with caution. Question number 7, take a look at this. Released in 2023, Fourth Wing is the title of the first book in which author's Empyrean series? That's a tough question. Well done if you got that one. Just 2 of you, in fact, the correct answer. Rebecca Yaros. Rebecca Yaros was the answer. First Wing, Tommy Empyrean, Reardon. Lovely evening, thank you. Rankin and George R. R. Martin and King. All incorrect answers. It does mean, sadly, we have to say goodbye to AB Me, Jerry, David, Proogs, and Flyboy. Good hustle, but unfortunately it is the end of the road and it's lights out. Nando, Fluffy, and Mark still one away. Riff, Lupine, JR, Polister, and Clive now requiring all 3 of the remaining questions. Riff, Lupine, Polister, Clive, and Naughty Goth, you are on your last life. Question number 8 for another 5 points. Take a look at this. Yes, you don't have to answer Naughty Goth. Which Apple Plus TV series is partly set at the biotech company Lumon Industries? Remember, if you don't know, you don't have to play unless you are obligated to answer. If you need to get all the remaining questions, then at that point you do have to play. But if you don't need to get all the remaining questions and you've no idea, remember, you don't have to play. That is a perfectly valid strategy in this game. The correct answer is Severance. The wrong answer is Sadness. The Boys. Succession. I always get those mixed up. I mean, I've never seen either of them, but they both begin with the same letter and are one-word TV shows that are very popular. Succession. Mark also going for Secession. Unfortunately, isn't going to count. Severance was the answer that we wanted there. Nando, you're due for escape. Congratulations. We'll see you in round 3, so assuming you can keep hold of at least one of your lives. Riff and JR, though, unfortunately, your journey ends here. Thank you very much for playing, but it's the end of the road, and it's lights out. Okay, with 2 questions to go. Samster, BC, Fluffy, and Mark are 1 away. Holger, Matt, Lupine, Paulister, Matt, Clive, and Nordigoth, you need both of them. Lupine, Paulister, Clive, Mark, and Nordigoth, you are also on your last life, so please act with caution. As we go to question number 9 for 5 points, take a look at this. 1 of 2, what to do? What bodily function is technically known as sternutation? And that is time. The correct answer is sneezing. Sneezing, sneezes, or sneeze all would have been accepted there. Breathing, bleeding, coughing, hiccups, coughing, breathing, drinking, hiccups, cough, heartbeats, breathing, cough, belching, hiccup, and hiccups, I'm afraid, are all incorrect answers. Well played to Sam, BC, and Mark. You have escaped into round 3. Assume you can keep hold of your last life on this last question, or at least one of your lives on this last question. It does mean, though, Holger, Matt, and Paulister, it's a great run, almost to the end of round 2, but unfortunately your journey ends here. Thank you very much for playing, but it's the end of the road, and it's lights out. So close. Dead Nico emote. So, with 1 question left, the 1 aways and the requires all are one and the same. Lupine, Fluffy, Matt, Clive, and Nordigoth. Lupine, Clive, and Nordigoth also on their last life. Very best of luck with this. Question number 10. Take a look. Which pop star married New Zealand filmmaker Taika Waititi in 2022? That is time. No answer from Matt the Sprat. You will be eliminated as a matter of course. The correct answer is Rita Ora. Wrong answers there. Katy Perry, Cyrus, and Grimes. All of them incorrect. Naughty Goth, very well done. You did manage to find the right answer when you needed it on that question. which means you will escape. Unfortunately, though, Lupine, Fluffy, Matt, or Clive, you failed to reach the target, or you ran out of lives, or possibly both. But for you four, thank you very much for playing. But after 20 questions, it's the end of the road, and it's lights out. We started with 39. We dropped to 25. And we now, 24, and we now have just 7 players remain after eliminating 17 players in that round. We have our final 7 players, who are Cockling, aka Naughty Goth, Toot, Mark, Ben, Inca, Sam, and Nando. Inca with a hefty advantage at the moment on 80 points. Can he hang on to it? We will see. Let's go to round 3. Round 3 is survive, and in this round you must outlast all other players. Oh, sorry, Claire, the lobby's full. You won't be able to join in. At least I don't think you will. But I mean, welcome on in. I see you've validated your account, but unfortunately we've got a full lobby, and unless you're in the lobby, there's no background game, so you'll have to just watch for the final round. But risky business in about 15 minutes. In Survive, you must outlast all other players. The first player to answer correctly on each question restarts the clock and sets a drain running on all remaining players. Stop the drain by answering the question correctly. If nobody answers the question correctly in 15 seconds... I was just putting the is good stuff. If you fail to answer, if nobody answers the question in 15 seconds, all players will lose the maximum for that question. Your lives have been replaced with refires. These allow you to attempt the question more than once. Once they are exhausted, only your first answer will be accepted. A note that's worth bearing in mind is you may attempt every question once for free. Thereafter, every subsequent attempt will cost you a refire. If you exhaust your points, you are eliminated from the game, and when only one player remains, they are declared the escape artist. So, positions. Inca in the lead with 86, Toots in second with 82, and I now debug it at the start of the round. Sam's in third with 67, Nando in fourth with 61, BC in fifth with 60, Naughty Goth in sixth with 59, and Mark in seventh with 57. But on this first question, we're going to take off 1 point every 2 seconds, up to a maximum of 7 points if you fail to answer the question at all. Or if you don't get a right answer in before the clock stops. Remember, first to get it correct starts that clock going. What's your spelling? Because obviously this is a round where I can condone after the fact, but I can't unstart the clock if you get it wrong and then someone else gets it right and then you get it right with the refire. So just double check what you're typing. Good luck to you all. Here is question number 1. Ilcia, Plaza de Castilla, and Barajas are stations in which European capital city's metro system? And that's time. Word of caution, if you're using a refire and the clock is near the end, sometimes it's better just to let that clock drain out rather than using up a refire to save yourself like 1 point. Just a strategy you'll pick up the more you play this game. The correct answer. How'd you say that first one? Iglesia? It's Madrid, or Metro de Madrid, Madrid Metro, or Metro Madrid. Nando, unsurprisingly, being the... who started the clock, though? Was it Nando? Yes, it was Nando who started the clock. Do I log you in order of when you answered? No, it's just a random order. So I need to check my logs when the answers come in. Note self in the suggestions. Debug who started the clock in summary of our 3 questions. Apologies, just need to note things down, otherwise I forget. Nando started the clock there, straight in with Madrid. Sam going for Lisbon and not refiring. Madrid. Toot going Barcelona first and then Madrid. Barcelona, of course, not capital city of... I don't know if it's the capital of the Catalan region of Spain, but it's not in the Madrid metro. Inca again, Madrid. Naughty Goth going Spain, then Spain. We were after the city. Which European capital city's metro system? You do have to read the question carefully. We couldn't accept Spain, and you've used up a refire to tell me the same answer. What he got? It did say capital. Bad luck on that one. Let's light you back up. Inca retains the lead with 86. Toot now in second with 78. Nando in third with 61. Sam slips into fourth with 60. BC just a point behind on 59. Mark 2 beyond that on 57. Nordy Goth in seventh now on 52. Let's have another question. Take a look at this. Not to be confused with the similar Bloody Mary, what alcohol is used in a Bloody Maria cocktail? Sam starting the clock there. 4.1 seconds. And that's time. The correct answer. Tequila! Sam starting the clock there with a right answer on his first one. Nando going gin and not refiring. BC going vodka and not refiring. Tequila coming from Mark and Toot. Inca going rum and not refiring. Nordic Goth going run and then refiring with rum. I'm afraid neither of those were correct, so that's another refire lost there. You use up all your refires, only your first answer will be accepted. Yeah, a Bloody Mary contains vodka and tomato juice. The vodka can be replaced in a number of variations, including the Bloody Maria, which is tequila, Bloody Margaret, which is gin, and the Bloody Fairy, which is absinthe. Absinthe. God, the Bloody Fairy. Does sound like the sort of thing you'd complain about down the bottom of the garden. God, the Bloody Fairy and her absinthe. Let's light it back up. A lot of ananas-related raid messages coming in. Okay, Inca still with the lead, but now just a point ahead of Toot, 79-78. Sam then on 60, Mark 56, Nando 54, BC 52, Nordy Goth 45. Here's another question for you. Take a look. Yeah, tomato and absinthe doesn't sound right, does it? The Blue Danube Waltz and the Opera der Rosenkavalier are works by unrelated composers sharing what surname? Toot starting the clock. About a second ahead of Inca, who's going to be very annoyed about that. I know Inca's very up on his classical music, so he's going to be annoyed he didn't start the clock there and possibly lost a point, because it was Toot who got to the answer first, which was Strauss, composed by Johann Strauss the Younger and Richard Strauss, respectively. Richard Strauss perhaps more famous for the Also sprach Zarathustra tone poem, which is this famous sunrise from the opening of Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey. Ba, 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 ba. Also by Richard Strauss. Strauss, Sam going Wagner and then Strauss. Yes, if there's something to do with music and it's high music, odds an opera, there's a good chance it's Wagner, but not in this case. Strauss. No drama there. Let's light you back up. We're going to increase the drain rate now, 1 point every second, up to a maximum of 15. It will stay like this until the end of question number 9. Question 10 is slightly different if we get there. Inca still with the lead, Toot in second, so you didn't close down that much of a gap on that one, Toot, despite getting there ahead of Inca. Sam on 57, Mark 56, BC 51, Nando on 50, Nordy Goth on 42. It's all very close around the middle. It could change very quickly, especially with a maximum of 15 points potentially being lost if you do not get the correct answer. Let's see what happens as we go to question number 4. New York's prestigious annual Costume Institute benefit is more commonly known by what two-word name? Toot got there by a whisker. Clock's on. Nordy Goth has got there now. Is that recall? You need that recall. The correct answer, everyone getting there eventually, was the Met Gala. Everyone getting it on their first answer. No dramas, no histrionics. Let's light you back up. Not much change to the score there. Inca 79, Toot 78, Sam 57, Mark 56, BC 50, Nando 49, Nordy Goth 34. So 1 point between first and second, 1 point between third and fourth, 1 point between fifth and sixth, and then Nordy Goth. But it can all change very quickly. You can have very big swings in this game. Question comes in that's in your wheelhouse, Nordy Goth, and no one else knows. Well, let's see. One more. Next question. Question number 5. Take a look. Prinsengracht 263 to 267 Amsterdam, Netherlands is the address of a museum dedicated to which person? That's time. Correct answer. It's Anne Frank. Annelies Frank, Annelies Marie Frank, Anne Frank House also accepted there. Samson going for Anderson and not refiring. Mark going for Van Gogh. And everyone else getting Anne Frank or some variation thereon. I'm just checking that Anne Frank without the E was accepted for BC. Yes, it was. Lovely stuff. Slightly back up. Toot now in the lead, or rather, Toot now tied with Inca, both of them on 78. BC's got 49, Nando's got 47. Sam drops down a bit to 42, Mark on 41, Naughty Goth on 25, getting dangerously close to the elimination zone. We're halfway through the round. We've still got 7 players, but their points are depleting. Let's see what question number 6 brings. Take a look at this. The cricket ground that is popularly known as the Wacker is found in which Australian city? Mark's got there first. Couple of wrong answers from other players. Inca's now there as well. Clock's on for everyone else. Toot's in. Nando's got there. Sam's in and wrong. For the second time. Sam using a refire, not finding it with either answer, and that is time. The correct answer is Perth. WACA stands for Western Australian Cricket Association, which is the IN if you had no clue. But I do believe it's pronounced WACA rather than WACA. It's an acronym rather than an initialism, I think. Melbourne and then Perth for Nando. Sam's at Melbourne and then Adelaide. BC going for Melbourne and not refiring, and then Mark, Toot and Inca getting Perth on their first answer. Mark started the clock there. Well played. Might get you a bit further up the leaderboard. Let's light you back up. Inca in first, 76. Toots in second with 73. Mark climbs up to third now with 41. Bit of a gap, but third place is still third place. Nando with 39. BC 34. Samster drops to 27 in sixth place. Naughty Goth is in peril with 10 points. Naughty Goth, if you do not get this question correct, you will be eliminated because there's 15 points for a wrong answer. And you've got to get it right quick as well because it's 1 point a second being lost. Good luck. Here's question number 7. Yes, this is a drain rate through to question 9 now, BC. I did say that. For his contributions to analytic number theory, James Maynard was one of the 2022 recipients of what quadrennial award? Inca has started the clock. BC and Toot are not far behind. Nando there as well, and Mark and Sam now as well. Naughty Goth is out of points and out of the game. Plumping for the answer, Turner, but not correct, and then running out of points. The correct answer was the Fields Medal, often considered the Nobel Prize for Mathematics. Nando Fields Medal, Sam Fields Medal, BC Fields Medal. Mark going for Fields and then Fields Medal. Lewis, are you here? Can I defer up to you on that one? Would we accept Fields? That feels like it could be acceptable. Hello, mate. You proved this one. Does Fields feel like it could be right? You can power user me if you like, or you can just type it in chat. Sorry, we're just going for a question check. Just want to check an answer as to whether or not we can accept it. Oh, there we go. That's a power user noise. Okay. I'm going to go with Lewis's ruling. He says Fields doesn't feel specific enough for me. As the proofer, he does get the final say in this matter. In the absence of Quizzle. So I will defer to Lewis on this, and unfortunately we're not going to accept your first answer of Fields, Mark, which would have started the clock, but you did then come in with Fields Medal 6 seconds later, so you've lost a couple of points, but you are still in live play. It does mean we've got our first elimination in round 3. Naughty Goth or Cockling, your points have been depleted. Great first run in the Escape Artist, has to be said. It's a tough game. Not many people end up with a gold medal in this, so to get to round 3 on your first attempt is commendable, but unfortunately it's not to be this time. It is the end of the road, and it's lights out. And then there were 6. Inca with the lead, 76. Toot with 72. Nando with 38. Mark 37. BC 33. Samster 21. No one in peril, so we're all going to get to see question number 9. But first of all, let's take a look at question number 8. Which singer-songwriter known by a 3-letter stage name released a 3-letter album, SOS, in 2022? Nando starting the clock on that one. Ben and Sam draining all the way down on that question. Nando starting the clock after just over 3 seconds. Toot coming in after. BC and Mark with wrong answers. Inca then finding it. BC refiring on a wrong answer. Samster attempting something towards the end of the question, not getting it. Mark did get it towards the end of the question. I think on his first attempt, just a slow answer. The correct answer is apparently pronounced scissor. And I remember I got into hot water when I got this wrong last time it came up, so I've never forgotten it since. But thank you for providing me with the pronunciation all the same, Quizzle. Yes, Scissor or Solana Imani Rowe, to give them their full name. But yes, Scissor released the 2022 album SOS. Let's lay back up. Sam, you are in peril. If you get this question wrong or don't answer it quickly enough, your points will drain to 0 and you will be out of the game. Currently on 6. BC on 18, so you're going to get to see, everyone else is going to get to see question 10 for sure. BC on 18, Mark 29, Nando 38, Toot on a very nice 69, but 3 points ahead of that, still in the lead for now, 72 is Inca. Penultimate question of the game. Take a look at this. Winning at the ceremony held in 1994, what is the only Steven Spielberg directed film to win the Best Picture Oscar? BC was there by a whisker. Then Toot, then Sam, then Mark, then Inca. Nando is incorrect. That was later. Nando losing the maximum of 15 there. The correct answer was Schindler's List. Saving Private Ryan was 1990. I think it was released in 99 at the Oscars of 2000, possibly released in 98, Oscars of 99. It was certainly end of the 20th century, though. Everyone else getting the correct answer first time, Schindler's List. 13 Spielberg-directed films, incidentally, have been nominated for the Best Picture Oscar, yet Schindler's List is the only one to win the award. Spielberg has won Best Director twice for Schindler's List, so it won Best Director and Best Picture. And he also won Best Director for Saving Private Ryan, though it didn't win Best Picture. That's from 9 nominations for Best Director. Saving Private Ryan lost out on Best Picture to Shakespeare in Love, which always struck me as an odd choice to win. I saw it once when I was in high school, when we were studying something by Shakespeare. It was fine. Gwyneth Paltrow and Judi Dench and someone else as the lead character who I can't even remember, such is his fame. Anyway, let's light you back up. Well, 6 players survived to the final question, which means you are now all in peril, because for question number 10, we changed the metrics slightly. In this question, you'll lose 1 point every half a second, up to a maximum of your entire point bank. If after 15 seconds nobody has answered the question correctly, we'll switch on all of your clocks, and you can only turn it off by answering the question correctly. Once everyone is either depleted or has given me a correct answer, the player with the highest score will be declared the escape artist. Inca has a 2-point advantage. That is a 1 second advantage over Toot, who is on 69. 71 and 69 for Inca and Toot. Bit of a gap then. Mark on 28, Nando 23, BC 18, Samster on 6. However, it's one of those sorts of games where unless Inca is the first one to get it, the pressure of this final question can really get to people. So if one of those bottom 4 players answers first and those clocks start draining, they could still be in with a chance. The very best of luck to all 6 of you. Here is the final question of the game. Chronologically, which sign of the zodiac falls between 2 signs that begin with the same consonant? Wrong answers from both. Inca has started the clock and won the game. Now we just have to watch the suffering of everyone else. Can you survive? Sam's out of points, BC's out of points, Nando's out of points, Mark's out of points, and Toot has found the answer eventually, stopping his clock on 41. The correct answer. The correct answer was Virgo, which falls between Leo and Libra. Pisces falls between Aquarius and Aries, hence the consonant stipulation. Inca sat and thought about it because he knew he had advantage and only attempted it once going for Virgo. Toot went Capricorn, then Gemini, then Virgo. Mark going Aquarius, then Pisces before running out of points. BC Capricorn, then Cancer before running out of points. Samster Capricorn, then Aquarius before running out of points. Nando Aquarius, then Pisces before running out of points. Whew. Well, great hustle. And getting to see 30 questions is no mean feat in this game. But Fernando, Samster, BC, and Mark, the end of the game is also the end of the road. And lights out. Which means 2 players survived. 2. Congratulations, you have survived on a score of 41, but there can only be 1 winner in this game and 1 medal to award. And tonight, with a score of 71, it goes to Inca. Congratulations, you are the escape artist. And welcome to the stream, by the way. Good game, Inca. Lovely to see 30 questions there, and nice to see a good battle at the end. And yes, Naughty Goth sudden death is brutal in this game. Always has been, and that it's been finessed and tweaked over the years. But that game format has always been the same, and it's always very popular and makes for good watching. So even if you're just armchair viewing, it's hopefully really good fun. Especially when, as Nando says, you get a wonderful pack such as that, as written by Quizzle. So Quizzle in absentia, thank you very much for the questions there. Really lovely stuff. And thank you very much as well to Lewis for going to the effort of proofing them. Very, very grateful to you both. Lovely stuff. As it approaches 10:30, let's take a look at the final leaderboard. Those are the total number of questions you got right out of 30. And we'll multiply that by something to... yeah, I think it's probably times by 10 to give you your pennies, which seems a bit cheap. It might even be a bit more. Oh, it's times 20. Yeah, that feels more like it. Times by 20, and that will be your penny payout for the day. So very well played. There is only 1 medal. You don't get gold, silver, and bronze in this. It's just the escape artist, which goes to Inca. And apparently I've already written the data, so your pennies have already been added on. So let's just take a quick peep in the medal cabinets and see. Inca, you now have 9 escape artist medals, compared to Toot, who has 10 escape artist medals. So yeah, a bit of a battle going on between these guys. Sam on 5, Mark has got 4, Nando has got 1. So yeah, it's a game where you get, if you get 1 win, you're doing well. If you get 10, you're doing exceptionally well. So huge congratulations there to Inky, your 9th escape artist medal. Very, very well done. And justice for Pyro as well. Yeah, sorry about that. Fortunately, the next game that we're playing, the last game of tonight, is Risky Business, which doesn't have an upper limit on the number of players who can come and join, which is really nice. That seemed to work quite well in the operator. It did feel like it was lagging a bit towards the end. That might be the chat log just getting a bit full, so I could probably flush my logs to get around that. But it didn't crash. It seemed to run. A couple of notes for me and suggestions. Anything else that you saw might need a suggestion, just let me know in the suggestions of the Discord channel, or the suggestion channel of the Discord, which is right there. Right, I'm going to take another quick break. Some more adverts, going to stretch my legs, get another drink. I suggest you do the same. Stay hydrated, get some more snacks, go for a little wander, stretch your legs. And when we return in about 5 minutes time, no continuity, just a quick ad break and then a final game. We will be playing Risky Business, as written by Stimson Zangle. It's going to be really fun. After a pretty intense start to the night with Cryptex and the Escape Artist, Risky Business, it's a bit of a palate cleanser, so do stick around for that. It's going to be a huge amount of fun, and I hope you'll join me for it in just a few minutes time. So, ad break coming up, stretch your legs, and I will see you for the final part of game night in just a few minutes time. Thank you again to Quizzle for writing, to Lewis for proofing, and congratulations to Inca. You are the escape artist. See you in a minute. Funk coming up for subs and adverts coming up for non-subs. Penny bonus for all of you in just a couple of seconds' time. Go stretch your legs, get some drinks, get some snacks. One more game tonight. It's Risky Business as written by Stimson Zangle and it's coming up in about 5 minutes' time here at Game Night. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. And Zelda M Designs 13, thank you very much for that raid. Welcome on in. We're just a little break here at Game Night. Apologies if you just come into adverts or adverts are about to play. We'll be going to be playing Risky Business in about 5 minutes, so welcome on in and we'll see you shortly. Welcome back to the third and final part of this evening's game night, where it is time for Risky Business. It's been written by Stimpson's Angle, and if you'd like to play, you need the Universal Controller and you need the room code CXSH. Do come and join the game. Sorry, a slightly longer break than I intended there. Let me cash in those pennies while you're coming to join this lobby. A few more have just come in. Oh no, they haven't just come in. I just didn't tick them off. I gave them to Stimpson and Fluffy and Sam and Naughty Goth, and it's just come in for Nando as well. So fluid for Nando, 1,000, and thick. Right, come join the game. I lied when I said this didn't have a lobby cap. It does. It's got a lobby cap of 40, so it's only one more than the escape artist. Is Twitch having a sneezy moment, Matt? How rude. Anyway, come and join this game if you fancy some risky business. Yeah, we've had some fairly intense quiz tonight with Cryptex and the Escape Artist. It's good to see both of them back. Really fun games of both. So thanks again to our authors. And yeah, good to see them back. Say 10 episodes deep in season 18. We haven't seen either of them, and of course I was off for a few months before that. So it's been a good while since we've seen either Cryptex or Escape Artist. So lovely to have them back. But they are very serious quiz. Very serious quiz. So the risky business will be hopefully a bit of a palate cleanser for us all. We can just kick back, relax, enjoy the doo-wops and the hexagons and the excellent trivia that's been provided for us by Stimpson's Angle. I'm going to give you once around the loop, and then I think we'll get going. So yeah, just a quick plug ahead of later in the week. I'll do continuity while the lobby's open. We have got Crossfire on... no, we haven't. We've got Battlefront on Thursday by Proogs. We've got Distinction by Jerry. And we've got Red Herrings by Stimpson's Angle. Stimpson's Angle, the author of this pack. Red Herrings, a similar sort of light feel game. So if you get on with this pack, come along on Thursday. You'll definitely like what Stimpson's got for that as well. And the next Saturday is my conflab with HUD 601. We've got Crossfire by Quizzle. A very special money box pack by me, which will be featuring Mr. Hud's in the hot seat with a guest of his choice. And then we've got a special curated pack of Spotlight. Rather than using the standard trivia databases, they're going to be specially curated databases with probably a little bit of a Sonic-y theme, speedrunning-y theme, video games-y theme around them. That's our annual shindig, and that's going to be next Saturday, the 7th of June. I do hope you will come along and join us for that. It's all raising money for Bristol Pride and should be really good fun. And then the season, I can see the end of the season. I can see the bottom of the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, only 6 streams then after that. So 8 streams after today until the end of season 18. And then we do it all over again with season 19. I quite appreciated having that break. I mean, I needed it because I was about to die. I mean, not literally, but sort of mental health-wise, I was just on the floor, completely flagging. Hello, Dev. Welcome to the stream, bro. Hope you're keeping well. Lovely to have you here. But yeah, I needed that break just to, you know, to regroup and refocus my priorities. Hello, Dev. Lovely to see you. But it was really good just to clear my head, but also then to make sure I had enough time to block the season and plan it properly, rather than, you know, having a week-long break and then I'm racing writers to get packs in, and then I'm racing the proofers to get them all proofed, and, you know, that turnaround time then has to be like a couple of days, because if I have a week's break and I don't block the season till halfway through that week off, then it's a lot of pressure on writers. So there might be a bit more of a turnaround time, unless I can get ahead of the game and start planning season 19 in advance, which is not beyond the remit of possibility, to be honest. So, but yeah, it was good for me to have a break. So there might be a short break between 18 and 19. We'll see what happens. Right, I said once around the loop, and we're halfway around the second, so that's very naughty of me. I think we should get on with this game. Nice bit of light quiz to end the night off. It's risky business. It comes from Stimpson's angle. It's been proved by me, and there's a definite little bit of an influence in it. See if you can spot it before the end of the quiz, where the influence is coming from. I think I'm just insane at this point. I won't worry about it, Nordic. I thought the best of us are. Right, let's play Risky Business! Oh, that's very refreshing. Very refreshing. Right, 3 rounds in this game, and we're going to start, as we always do, with round 1. Forgive me. Round 1 is called Favourable Odds. Select one of the correct answers from the 5 presented options within 15 seconds. With each question, the number of risk points available increases, whilst the number of correct answers decreases. So the more correct answers are up there, the fewer points you get for finding one of the right ones. Incorrect answer at any time, though, will reduce your risk points to 0. However, abstention will preserve your currently accrued risk. On the first question, hello Topper, on the first question of each set, you might as well have a go because you've got nothing at risk. To play question 4, you've got to choose to risk based on the answers alone. This question is worth double your risk points, but only one of the answers will be correct, and if you choose to risk, abstention will be treated as wrong on that question. So only risk if you're sure you're going to commit to the question. 3 sets of 4 questions in this round. Very best of luck to you all. I think we should start with our first question. There's 5 options here. 4 of them will be right, and I'll give you 2 points if you can tell me any one of the correct answers. Let's take a look. Options are Venezuela, Peru, Brazil, Argentina, Colombia. Name a country that appears as a South American territory in the board game Risk. Oh, there's a go. Bad luck. Not that one. Any of the others? And everyone else finding one of the safe answers. Well played. Colombia was your wrong answer there. All of the others feature on Risk. And a note here from Simpson's angle. A risky question to begin round 1. On we go. Let's reorder the board and go on to question number 2. 5 options, 3 of them will be correct, and 3 points if you can find one of them. Remember, you don't have to play, because you are risking anything you've got accrued if you give me one of the wrong answers. Let's take a look. Options are raccoons, bears, meerkats, hyenas, walruses. Name a member of the Caniformia suborder of mammals. I said it's Simpson's angle. I did say. I said to Simpson's angle when I proved this, I said there's going to be a lot of tears on this question when everyone goes for hyena, which is not one of the right answers. Raccoons, bears, and walruses is what you could have had. CJ preserving those 2 points. Everyone else either going up to 5 or wiping out to 0. Caniformia or Caniformia are the dog-like members of the carnivora order, i.e. carnivores. Cat-like members are split into the Feliformia suborder, essentially canine versus feline. And this is what you're saying, hang on, hyenas are dog-like, Apparently not. Not taxonomically. They are in the Feliformia, or the Feliformia suborder, as are meerkats. They are cat-like. I was going to say, they must be the most dog-like cat, I think, possibly on the planet. But no, they are technically cat-like, despite the fact they look exactly like dogs. I saw a fox on a run on Thursday. It wasn't late. It was like 6 o'clock in the evening. It's a casual fox just wandering over the road. And it reminded me of a video that told me that foxes are basically dog hardware running cat software. It wasn't doing a 10K. I only did it wasn't doing a 10K. I did a 10K on Thursday. But he was just chilling. But yeah, they're basically, they have cat software running in them, do foxes, but dog hardware. If you try, they'll try and bite you if you get too close. Anyway, well done if you got some points there. Let's go on to the next question. There's only 2 correct answers here, but I'll give you 5 points if you can tell me one of them. Remember, you don't have to play, but if you haven't got any risk, you might as well. There's no point in abstaining if you've got 0 risk here. Let's take a look at the options. Kyoto, Nagoya, Fukushima, Yokohama, Nara. Name a former capital city of Japan. Lara and Silent Marine look like they're erring on the side of caution here, preserving their 5 points. Most players finding one of the correct answers there, Kyoto or Nara. Nara is widely recognised as Japan's first capital, holding this title from 710 to 794 CE. From 794 to 1603, the capital was Kyoto, after which it moved to Edo, which is modern-day Tokyo. The others have never been capital, though they are capital city. I think one of them, Yokohama, I think is capital of one of the prefectures of Japan, but is not a capital city of the country. Well done. If you got some points there, let's reorder the board. Quite a few with 10. We've got Toppy, So Super Soul, Maxio, Matt Cola, Flyville, Conradlac, and 24 Run 24, all on 10 points. CJ's on 7. Handful, quite a few on 5, just a handful on 0. Unfortunately, Ben, Colin, Nebula, Proves, and Vertigo. You won't be able to risk on this question because you've got nothing to risk. For everyone else, though, I'll show you some options. If you want to play, press the risk button, but I'm not going to show you the question. There'll only be one right answer, and if you commit to risking, abstention will be treated as wrong. Let me know what you think. Here are your options. William Macy, Will Am, Philip Dick, Michael Fox, Samuel Jackson. Bank or risk? So I already got so far, very good. This is a gorgeous question, I have to say. This is a wonderful, wonderful question. So if you're risking, you get to enjoy this wonderful question. Conrad, Lack, Matt, and Topper, all risking 10. Everyone else who's risking is risking 5. And anyone who isn't risking, your points have gone into the bank and they are safe, but you won't be able to play this question. Only one correct answer here. Let's take a look at what the question... I'm guessing where it's going. Let's see if your guess is right, BC. Here's the question. Name the person whose missing initial has the greatest value in Roman numerals. Oh, not that one, Fluffy. Claire? Oh, unfortunately not, no. Abstention is a wrong answer in this game. Oh.
What a shame.
What a shame indeed. Samuel Jackson. And Simpsons Angle notes that Will I Am is a bit of a stretch, but he started with Jackson and Fox and thought that L and J are close together. Let's make a question with 5 consecutive letters as middle initials, but no one seems to use I in that way. The people, incidentally, are William H. Macy, Will I Am, Michael J. Fox, Philip K. Dick, and Samuel L. Jackson. I is 1, L is 50, and the rest have no value. So, yes, it was L for Samuel L. Jackson, the highest Roman numeral value. Well done. If you got double points there, let's put them into the bank. And Conrad, Lack, Matt, and Topper taking a Topper with 20 points in the bank, which I think is more than you got in the entirety of the last game that we played of Risky Business. You were playing a very risky game last time. It's all changed for Topper, possibly. Currently leading quite a few players with 10. CJ technically in third at the moment with 7. Let's do it all over again. Well, it's true. I just got a good memory for these sorts of things. So you're doing well. I'm being encouraging. Doing really well. I'm rooting for you, Topper. I want you to win. You need to win tonight. That's all right. I'm rooting for Topper. I want everyone to win. I hope everyone wins in equal measure. But Topper, I believe in you. I believe in Topper Dent. Let's do it all over again. Another 4 questions, starting with this one. 5 options. 4 of them are correct answers. 2 points if you can find one of them. Here they are. Options are looking for Alaska, turtles all the way down, The Fault in Our Stars, Me Before You, and Paper Towns. Name a John Green novel. And if you do that, the answer will go green. Vertigo, 24 run. Oh! Just in the nick of time there, 24 run. Vertigo not getting an answer in that. Risky one gaming indeed. Yeah, they're all John Green novels apart from Me Before You. All of these John Green novels have been adapted into movies or TV series, most notably 2015's The Fault in Our Stars. Me Before You was written by Jojo Moyes and adapted into a movie in 2016. Just pick one at random. Thankfully it was right. Well, the odds are in your favour on that one, Woollyback, because you've got an 80% chance if you just pick one at random of being right. 4 out of 5, yeah. Well played. If you got that, another set of options, 5 of them. 3 of them will be correct, and 3 points if you can find one. Here they are. England, Portugal, Argentina, Poland, and Greece. He's back. Name a country that has produced only one pope. Popes galore. Thank you, whoever just refreshed their account, for letting me know that there's a bug, because it just says blank refreshed. Pope producers. Well, I mean, England is one of the correct answers. I mean, that's technically incorrect because England has actually produced 2 popes. Of course, Pope Adrian IV from England, 1154 to 1159, but also Pope Cola I from England. No, I don't know. We didn't allow that as a valid answer. So England has only produced 1 pope. Pope Leo, of course, recently became the first pope from the USA. Maybe Cola's the only one. Pope Adrian's just a ruse. He's a myth. The only English pope is, of course, Pope Cola. The other first popes are Pope Adrian IV from England. Pope Cola I of England from 1154 to present. Pope John Paul II, of course, from Poland, 1978 to 2005. And, of course, the late Pope Francis from Argentina, 2013 to 2025. What was that? I almost called him Berlusconi there. It wasn't called Berlusconi, but Berglia. But, oh, fuck it. I watched the 2 popes the other day. Berglia something. What was his name? Someone will tell me in a minute. Portugal's had 2, incidentally, and Greece has had Bergoglio. Thank you. That's just Jorge Bergoglio. Yeah, it wouldn't come to me then. Jorge Berlusconi. Berlusconi the Pope. Portugal's had 2. Greece has had lots over the years. So well done if you got some points. And most of us getting some points. A couple of abstentions there. Just a couple of wrong answers. Let's reset that question. APB, yeah, it's got it. Oh, is it being logged? Yeah, Pope Berlusconi, that one. Hello, Topper, by the way. Right, another question. I'll give you 5 options. 2 of them will be right. 5 points if you can find one. You do not have to play if you don't want to risk them. But let's see what the options bring. Take a look. Star anise, coriander, cinnamon, nutmeg, cumin. A component of Chinese 5-spice powder. You're out of race suggestions, JR. Quite a few abstentions there. Can't say I blame you. Yeah, the correct answer there, star anise and cinnamon. Coriander, nutmeg and cumin are incorrect. The other components of 5-spice are fennel seed, clove, and Szechuan peppercorn. Very well done if you got that. A couple of abstentions in there. Number of players doubling up to 10, and we've got quite a few players wiping out on that one. Unfortunately, you won't be able to risk on this question where there are 5 options, but only 1 of them will be correct. But I won't show you the question until after you've decided whether you're going to play or not. And if you choose to play, double points for a right answer, but wipe out for abstentions and wrong. Let's see what happens. Here are your options for question number 4. Prince Eric, Prince Adam, Prince Naveen, Prince Henry, Prince Philip. Bank or risk? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players attempting this one. 24-run Pyro, Claire, Fluffy, Vertigo, Fet, and Topper. Let's take a little look then and see what the question brings, if it falls the way you think it's going to fall, or not. Remember, abstention is treated as wrong. Double points for the one right answer. Good luck. Which prince transforms into He-Man after raising his sword and saying the phrase, "By the power of Grayskull"? Oh, Fluffy, not that one. Prince Eric's from The Little Mermaid, I think. I have the power! He-Man. Prince Adam. And note here from Stimpson's angle, sorry, not a question on Disney princes. Adam, Beauty and the Beast. Philip, Sleeping Beauty. Eric, The Little Mermaid. Naveen, The Princess and the Frog. And Henry, the alleged first name of Cinderella's Prince Charming. Henry Charming? Interesting name. I didn't know that Adam was the name of the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. I knew Eric from The Little Mermaid. But, yes, unfortunately, a bit of a rug pull there. But, banger of an opening theme. He-Man. Yeah, I can't actually say I know the theme to He-Man. It's a little bit before my time, I'm afraid. Adam and the Ants for Prince Charming. Adam and the Ants. Well played. If you got some points, most of us doubling up there. Just Fluffy wiping out. Let's reset and put the points in the bank. 24 run and Pyro and Topper still at the top. 30 points apiece. Well played, well played. Matt's got 27. Fet's on 24. Still much to go for. Another 4 questions coming up in this round. Let's take a look and see what you make of them. 5 options here. 4 of them are correct. And 2 points if you can find one. Options are United States, USA, Chinese, Hungarian, Belgian, or French. Name a race that features on the 2025 F1 World Championship calendar. One sec. Sorry, I had a time-sensitive issue I needed to reply to. Wrong answer there was French. The French Grand Prix was last held in 2022. US, Chinese, Hungarian, and Belgian are indeed all in the 2025 calendar. Well done. Most of us getting that one right. Let's move on to the next question. There are 5 options here. 3 of them are correct, and I'll give you 3 points if you can find one. Take a look. Options are animal, rabies, cereal, hasten, analog. Oh good, it's a word question. Name an anagram of a country. Rabies, cereal, and analog are all the correct answers. They are anagrams of Serbia, Israel, and Angola, respectively. The incorrect answers are anagrams of capital cities. Hasten is an anagram of Athens, which is obviously the capital of Greece, and animal is an anagram of Manila, which is an anagram of... it's an anagram of Manila, which is the capital of the Philippines. Sorry, I've been slightly thrown. Yes, well done. Most of us getting that one right. A couple of abstentions there from Toucan and Nebula. Wrong answer from Silent Green and Fluffy Bunny. Bad luck. Let's reset. Another one coming up. 2 correct answers available here. 5 points if you can find one. You do not have to play. Let's take a look at the options. Here they are. The Tale of Princess Kaguya, Spirited Away, The Red Turtle, Howl's Moving Castle, and The Boy and the Heron. Name a Studio Ghibli film that has won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. Spirited Away and The Boy and the Heron, the right answers there. Academy Award for Best Animated Feature launched in 2000 and was won by Shrek. Spirited Away won in 2001 and The Boy and the Heron won in 2023. The other ones, unfortunately, did not win the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, though may have been nominated. Waiting for a bit for the dings. Often a valid strategy, it's a meta strategy. Wait and see if there's lots of dings. It means maybe the obvious answer is right. Abstentions from Matt, Claire, Conradlac, CJ, So Super Soul, Woollyback, Prugs, Colin, and Nebula, and a wrong answer from Fetch. It means everyone but Fetch will be able to risk if they want to on this next question. There's 5 options here. Only one of them is right, and I'm not going to tell you the question until after you've decided whether you're going to play. Remember, abstention is wrong on this question, and here are your options. B&Q, HSBC, NBC, BBC, IBM. Bank or risk? I like this question a lot. Anyone want to have a guess where it's going? No, let's leave it to just be revealed. Quite a lot of you risking, though. More than we normally see, actually, at this point. Quite a lot of risk. A number of people on 10 points risking as well. Let's take a look and see what the question brings. Remember, you must give me an answer if you're risking. Good luck. Here's your question. Name a company where a B in their initialized name stands for business. That's Conrad, Claire, 24 Run and Pyro. Everyone else doubling up their points with the correct answer. IBM, yes. Ending the round with a business question. We started it with a risky question. We're ending it with a business question. IBM, of course, stands for International Business Machines. HSBC, Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. BBC is British Broadcasting Corporation. B&Q is Block and Quail, which I didn't actually know. And NBC, National Broadcasting Company. Business, I know, right? Isn't it clever? That is the end of the question. It's the end of the set, and it's the end of the round. So let's put the points in the bank and check out the scores at the end of round 1. We have got Topper in the lead. Toppy is late. Toppy is winning. I have faith. I believe in Toppy Dent. Currently with 50 points. Coda and Ralph tied up in second with 40. Dev is in third with 37. Okay, those are the rest of the scores. Everyone is off the mark, so everyone has got points, so there's still much to play for. We've got 3 questions coming up in round 2. Yes, corporation proofs. Please tell me you knew BBC stood for British Broadcasting Corporation. Did you think it was Centre? I used to think it was Centre. Did I not say corporation then? Oh, you did know it. No, NBC is National Broadcasting Company. So NBC is company, but BBC is corporation. Yeah, I used to think it was British Broadcasting Centre a long time ago. And, yes, I was going to say I'd have been troubled if you didn't know that, Bruce, considering the tangential nature to working in television that you have, and considering where you live. Anyway, moving on rapidly. Let's play on round 2. At the risk of invoking Les Dennis in Family Fortunes, let's play on round 2. Oh, I need that that sound effect. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Anyway, round 2 is the board game. Select as many of the 9 presented options as you like within... Yes, I do, Topper. Within 60 seconds. Now, here's the catch. At least 4 of them and up to 7 will be correct. There'll never be more than 7. There'll never be fewer than 4. You can give me as many as you like. You can give me 9 or 1 if you like. If you give me 9, you will be wrong. If you give me 1... you might be right, but you won't, get many points. For each correct answer identified, you'll get 5 risk points. However, if you identify even 1 incorrect answer, you score nothing for the board. So, only right answers count. Even 1 wrong answer, it undoes all of the good. So, yeah, tread carefully. 3 boards in this round, and very best of luck. One note, practical, technical note on this round. Once you've submitted, you can't take your answers back. You've got a full 60 seconds, so use them to have a full think. If you submit within 10 seconds and then get buyer's remorse, then you're gonna have,
What a shame.
Or...
pain.
possibly that. So do use that time. There's a time on the device as well, a full 60 seconds to think about them. And also, critically, you must press submit before the time runs out. You can't just leave them selected. It won't automatically bring them in. You must press select, or submit, I beg your pardon, before the end of the round. So that's very important. Before the end of the time. Okay, good stuff. Right, it's the board game. Here is board, basically Wipeout. Yeah, basically that would be back, except there's a varying number of answers. That's how it's technically distinct. Here we go. Board number 1. Options are Billy Joel, Sex Pistols, Joni Mitchell, Fleetwood Mac, Cyndi Lauper, Aerosmith, Sinead O'Connor, Green Day, Oasis. Identify the artists who have been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. At least 4 of them are right. There won't be more than 7. Okay, you've had about half your time. 30 seconds to go. Dudley da, da da pa 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 da. 15 seconds. Give me some answers if you haven't done so already. Here come the ticks. Matt, Ben, So Super Soul, Silent Marine, need an answer. And that is it. That's a lot of green. That's a very pleasing sight. Not for Dev, Topper, Silent Marine, Rifsky Business, and So Super Soul, though. It's less pleasing for them. We've got a good range of answers, from safe single answers from Colin, Solomon, AB, Me, and Vertigo, up to 24 Run, giving us 6 out of the 7 correct answers that were up there. Billy Joel, Sex Pistols, Joni Mitchell, Fleetwood Mac, Cyndi Lauper, Aerosmith, and Green Day were the right answers. Artists become eligible for induction 25 years after the release of their first record. Sinead O'Connor was nominated in 2024, and Oasis nominated in 2024 and 2025, but were unsuccessful on all occasions. Of the artists listed, Cyndi Lauper was admitted in 2025 off her second nomination. Green Day in 2015, the first year they were eligible for nomination. Sex Pistols in 2006 after their 5th nomination. Oasis in 2001 on their 2nd nomination. I'm surprised it took them 2 noms to get in. Billy Joel in 1999, again from the 2nd nomination. Fleetwood Mac in 1998 and Joni Mitchell in 1997 from their 3rd nomination. And Tchaikovsky is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as far as I know. You forgot to press submit. Oh, no, you don't want that, naughty goth. But yeah, do remember to press submit. It's almost like someone should have reminded you at the beginning of the board. Yeah, I definitely did that. Don't forget to press submit. On we go. Let's clear that board, put the points in the bank, and let's move on to board number 2. Here's your options. Discus, shot put, high jump, long jump, 100 metres, pole vault, 800 metres, javelin, 400 metres. Identify the athletic disciplines that occur in both the men's decathlon and the women's heptathlon. The ones that occur in both. And any Brits among you, try not to be triggered by the spelling of metres. Okay, that's about 30 seconds. About half your time. Don't forget to press submit if you're sure you're done. Hit that submit button to lock those answers in. 15 seconds to go. Any more for any more? Fluffy's gone for the highest bid with 6. Toppers and Claire both bidding 5. Everyone getting an answer in? A lot more red this time though, because there's only 4 correct answers up there. The shot put, the high jump, the long jump, and the javelin. All of them feel right. Oh, do you have a problem, JR? Send me a DM. Send me a Discord DM. It's alright, I haven't started proofing it yet, so you're all good. Yeah, so just go through them. The hept and decathlons both contain the long jump, the high jump, the shot put, and the javelin. There are no common track events. Men's decathlon has 100, 400, and 1500 metres, plus the 110 metre hurdles, whilst women's heptathlon has 200 and 800 metres with a 100 metre hurdles, not 110. The decathlon also features discus and pole vault, but they do not feature in the heptathlon. Just a smattering of points going out. Well done to Holgamat, Ben, and Rifsky, Risky Business, JR Risky Business. All three of them finding all four. Thanks, JR. I'll respond in a bit, mate. And then 3 for 24 run to go Flyboy and Toucan. Very well played. Everyone else, unfortunately, at least one wrong answer and wiping out. Bad luck. Oh, what a shame. Never mind, never mind. On we go. One more board in this round. 9 options. Anywhere between 4 and 7 are correct, and I love this board. Take a look. The Riders of Rohan, the Ride of the Rohirrim, the Black Gate is closed, the Black Gate opens, Riddles in the Dark, the Parting of the Ways, a Long Expected Party, the Ring Goes South, the Mouth of Sauron. Identify the Lord of the Rings chapter titles. And these are chapters that are found in any of the 3 Lord of the Rings books, that is the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, or the Return of the King. We are not after titles found within The Hobbit or other works by J.R.R. Tolkien, just the ones that are in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Simpson has asked me to clarify that while the question is live, though I believe the question is robust enough, because the Lord of the Rings encompasses those 3 books and not the wider Tolkien legendarium. Couldn't be further outside my comfort zone. Oh.
What a shame.
What a shame, Nando. Alright, you've got about 15 seconds. Last few seconds to get an answer in. Well, let's see what you can get. Ha! Tolkien, of course, has a Twitch account. JRR plays games. Ha! You get a triple honk for that one. Not many getting points there. Well done to Cola getting the most there with 4 correct answers out of 6. So some interesting things on this. Riddles in the Dark, which is where most players seem to go wrong. And this is something that Simpson and I discussed during the proofing. I think when you were coming up with where this question came from, I think you said that's the one, everyone's going to get that one. And that's one of the wrong answers, because that is actually from The Hobbit. Riddles in the Dark. Now, the Mouth of Sauron is a character who appears in Return of the King, who's cut from the theatrical release of the movie, but is in the extended edition, but is not a book chapter. It's actually in the chapter The Black Gate Opens is where the Mouth of Sauron appears, who's a sort of emissary for Sauron. The Parting of the Ways, as I'm sure we all know, is Christopher Eccleston's final episode of Doctor Who. Please, no spoilers. I'm going to watch it as soon as stream finishes for the season 2 finale. And Return of the King features a chapter called Many Partings, but not the Parting of the Ways. Riddles in the Dark can be found, as I mentioned, in The Hobbit. But all the others, Riders of Rohan is from the Two Towers, Ride of the Rohirrim is from the Return of the King, The Black Gate is Closed is from, I think that one's from Two Towers as well, The Black Gate Opens is from the Two Towers, Long Expected Party is, I think, the first chapter of the Fellowship of the Ring, and The Ring Goes South is in the second book of the Fellowship of the Ring. Tolkien legendarium knowledge. Yeah. And that's fun. I like that question a lot. Not many of you did though. Smattering of points going out. Well done to Cola getting the most out of that, 20 points. Let's put the points in the bank and check out the scores at the end of round 2. Jay Risky Business has the lead with 81, 24 run, and Cola are tied in second with 75. Flyboy is in third with 70. It is a game that the scores keep changing, and the scoreboard and the leaderboard keeps changing, but it is not over yet, not by a damn sight, because we've got one more round where there's 120 points up for grabs, so it could still go any which way before 11:30, which is roughly when I expect the stream to finish. I think we should go and take a look and see what's going on in round 3. It's this or that. Select the correct answer from the 2 options presented within 7 seconds. Answering correctly earns you increasingly more risk points, 1, then 2, then 3, and so on. Give me a wrong answer at any time. It reduces your risk points to 0 and resets your streak. So it's a bit like the weakest link, if you ever saw that. Abstaining from a question will bank your risk points that you've accumulated so far and reset your streak, but of course the ones you banked are safe, but you have to start building up again from scratch. If you manage to answer all 15 questions, that is 120 points. 1 plus 2 plus 3 ... plus 15 will give you 120 points. So the more questions you answer consecutively, the more points you are going to earn per question, but also the more you've got at stake. So it's a risk-reward game. And something I will add, those 7 seconds for each question, even though it's only 50-50, those 7 seconds go by jolly quickly. So make sure you're pressing in plenty of time. Or not, if you're abstaining. Those are the rules. It's this or that. Best of luck to you all. This or that. Question number 1. This or that. Options are. This. That. Love it. 1990s English pop group fronted by Gary Barlow. Take. Oh no! 24 Run. No, it's not Take This. It's Take That. Take That are the band in question. It's one of those ones that's slightly blindsided me there, because obviously I proved this and I saw Take That. I marked it as an answer. It didn't even occur to me that the options were this and that, because I just thought, yeah, that's the right answer. Check, move on. I didn't think of it in the context of the game. That's very, very funny. Take this, 24 Run. Yes, Take That. Well played. Most of us getting that one right. Let's move on. Question number 2. This or that. Options are. Take a break. Have a break. Beginning of Kit Kat's iconic slogan. Oops. Oops is right, Prugs. It's have a break. Japan has more than 300 regional and seasonal flavours of Kit Kat available. I don't think I could name 300 ingredients. 300 is a lot. But yeah, it's have a break, have a Kit Kat, as opposed to take a break. Most of us getting that one right. Let's reorder the board and move on to question number 3. This or that. Options are. You Mandela'd yourself there, Colin. Bad luck. Oh, this is confusing. Right ventricle on the left or left ventricle on the right? What is the largest chamber of the human heart? I'm expecting some abstentions here. A few abstentions, a few getting it right, quite a few getting it wrong as well. It's the left ventricle on the right. Blood is expelled from the left ventricle via the aorta to circulate around the body, whilst blood from the right ventricle exits the pulmonary artery to travel to the lungs for oxygenation. Well done if you got that. It's been a while since I did GCSE biology, but it does check out. Left ventricle is the right answer. Let's reorder the board. And move on. Question number 4. This or that. Options are. Nicolas Cage, Pedro Pascal. In the 2022 film The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which actor plays a fictionalized version of themselves? Nicolas Cage. He plays a character called Nick Cage, as opposed to Pedro Pascal, who plays a character called Javi Gutierrez. Some banks coming in there. Vegan Clapson Gamer, Flyboy, Cola, and Woollyback all banking 6 points there. We'll pop those safely into the bank. We've got Risky Business, Fets, and Ben all on 10 points of risk as we move to question number 5. This or that. Options are. Whiskey. Whiskey. Produced in Scotland. Debug numbers of cues in final round of RB. Note to self. It's whiskey without the E. Whiskey produced in Scotland, Canada, and Japan is typically spelt without the E, whilst whiskey with an E is from the US and Ireland, typically. Whiskey business, indeed, whiskey business. Oh, Ben and Fetz.
What a shame.
Losing 10 points of risk there. 24 Run with 10 points of risk. Risky Business still with the most risk at the moment after 5 questions. 15 points of risk. We got a few players banking 1. CJ, Tiggo, Silent Breed, and Curse 2. Let's put them in the bank. And we've got, after 5 questions, JR and Cola tied at the top for banked points with 81. That's only half the story if we order by potential. We see 24 Run has got the lead with bank plus risk, but those risk points are not yet safe. Another set of questions coming up. Here's question number 6. This or that. Options are The Lost Symbol, Angels and Demons. Which Dan Brown novel is set during a papal conclave? "24 Run putting those 10 points into the bank. Claire and Solomon putting in 3. Woollyback putting in 1. And Risky Business losing that risk streak of 15, which means Prudence and Colin are going to take the risk lead with 10. The answer is Angels and Demons, which I enjoyed reading. I read that book when I was in Australia in 2005. A very long time ago. Lost Symbol, I think, is on my shelf, but I haven't read. And the same with Inferno. It's on my shelf, haven't read. But yes, Angels and Demons set during a papal conclave. It was poignant, I think, because at the time I was reading that was just after John Paul II passed away. So it was just as Ratzinger, Benedict the 16th, I think, was coming into power, as played by Anthony Hopkins. Let's put the points into the bank. And we now have 24 Run with the bank lead after banking 10 points there, but still a long way to go as we go to question number 7. This or that. The options are Osaka, Kyoto. There is a 2025 World Expo being held. It's in Osaka, which also hosted in the 1970 World Expo. I wonder if anyone spotted the theme that Simpsons Angle has been influenced by in this evening's pack. If you haven't spotted it, I've sort of let the cat out of the bag by saying that on that question. Osaka is the answer. Let's put the points in the bank. Colin's banking 10, Vertigo's banking 1. In they go. As we go to question number 8, this or that options are US penny unit, UK penny unit. Say the name of the 48th Vice President of the United States. It's a question that just takes a little minute to gel with you, I think. Yeah, but we're after Mike Pence, who was the US Vice President from 2017 to 2021. Questions asking players to recognise that the UK pound is split into pence and the US dollar is split into cents. Bit of a double-layered question there and a lot to think about in 7 seconds. Well done if you did manage to get that. Quite a few managing to get that. A few wrong answers as well. Prug's banking 15 there. Holger, Matt and Conrad Radlat both banking 1. Pyro banking 10. Tigo banking 3. Stilgar banking 1. Flyboy banking 6. Matt and Dev both banking 3. Let's put those points into the bank. Didn't even get 7. My timer cut out at 3. Were you not focused on the app or on the window, Matt? Sometimes if you're not focused on it, if the payload comes in late, the coroutine won't start, which means you're on 7 and it hangs on 7 until you load the window and then the payload comes in. Sometimes that happens. So if you're not focused on the window, so it might be that, or it might just be you've got a slow processor time, so it's lagging slightly. Anyway, how are we doing? 85 for 24 Run, Flyboy on 82, JR on Cola both on 81, but JR with 10 points of risk behind. We'll check out the potential scores in a minute. For now, let's go on to the next question. I think it's question number 8. This or that options are English, Dutch, auction type, where the price decreases until a buyer is found. It's actually question 9, my bad. That's known as a Dutch auction. No banks happening there, just a couple of wrong answers. An English auction is the opposite, also known as An English auction is the opposite, also known as an open outcry auction, where the price of an item is raised until the highest bidder is found. That's your typical Sotheby's sort of auction, whereas a Dutch auction... Did I say something? Did I say organ? I meant auction. A Dutch auction was like, can I have £500? £400, anyone? And it keeps going down until someone says, yes, I'll pay for that. Used for selling ovens. Really? Well, I didn't know that. Let's put the points in the bank, not that there's any to put in there. And we'll look at question number 10, after which we'll check the potential scores. This or that options are Krone, Kroner, used in Norway. It's the krone, and again, call back to a previous stream. Norway and Denmark I know this from earlier in the week. Yeah, we were talking about Finland then, weren't we? Norway and Denmark both use the krone with an E, albeit different forms of krone. Sweden and Iceland use the krona with an A, again, both different types. Of the 5 Nordic countries, only Finland adopted the euro. And I put here, I added onto the notes, see Thursday night for full details. Again, we got a lot of convergent thinking with our question writers. It just so happens that's the way they fall, and it's quite charming when that happens. Anyway, that's 10 questions. We've got 5 to go. So, 24 Run has the bank lead. Flyboy's got the bank in second. JR and Cola have the third bank position. But if we look at the potential scores, it's a slightly different story. JR with 21 points of risk and 81 in the bank has the potential lead. Colo has the potential second. 24 Run potentially in bronze position. And let's not dismiss our other players. Nando, though he's not got much in the bank, has got a lot of risk with 28 points, and of course that risk tends to go up quicker and quicker. Ralph also with 21 points of risk, Topper with 15, Claire and Riff with 10. It could still go any which way yet. So with 5 questions to go, there's all to play for as we go to question number 11. This or that, options are Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, Dobutsu no Mori is the Japanese title of which video game? Question, because I know Stimpson asked me this earlier on and I said it would be fine. I've got a square with that O diacritic on the operator, but on the broadcast it's managed to put the diacritic in. Can someone confirm, did you get the diacritic on the universal controller or did you get a square for that O? Yes, I asked one or the other. Yes doesn't really answer me. Yes, did you get the diacritic? Diacritic achieved. That's good. That's good. I can live with the square on the operator. Is Animal Crossing? It translates to Animals of the Forest. Oh, JR, that's
Pain.
losing 21 points worth of risk. Cola playing it safe, putting 15 in the bank. Claire putting 10 in. CJ putting 6 in. Woollyback Colin and Silent Marine putting 3 in. Riff wiping out their 10. And JR wiping out 21 points of risk. You got a honk. The honk's supposed to be a positive sound. Oh, dearie me. Let's put the points in the bank. And Cola now takes the lead with 96 and 4 questions to go. And Ralph, eyes on Ralph with 28. Nando is on the right-hand side of the board, but with still 4 questions left. 45, 55, 66, 78. Nando could still get up to 113 points here. So, it ain't over till it's over. Keep your eyes on Nando, keep your eyes on Ralph, keep your eyes on Topper, who's my horse. Let's see what happens as we go to the next question. Question number 12. This or that options are Roger Taylor, Duran Duran drummer. Roger Taylor, Queen drummer. Who had a UK #1 single most recently? Topper! Oh, my horse has just thrown his rider off. Ugh.
What a shame.
What a shame. Do you blame me? I bet you do. Ralph is banking out his 28 there. Toucan, Dev and Fetz and Nebula all banking 1. The correct answer was Roger Taylor, the Queen drummer. Queen have had 6 UK #1 singles. This includes 2 collaborative singles, the most recent being in 2000 when 5 covered We Will Rock You and were joined by Brian May and Roger Taylor playing their respective instruments. I really like that. In the year 2000. 12-year-old Ben was crazy about that rap. Queen's last solo #1 was in 1991 with the re-release of Bohemian Rhapsody and These Are the Days of Our Lives following the death of Freddie Mercury. Meanwhile, Duran Duran's 2 UK #1 singles occurred in 1983 and 1984. It says Something I Should Know and The Reflex, respectively. How did Duran Duran not get to #1 with that Bond theme? Was it And Then We Dance Into the Fire? Was it View to a Kill or was that Aha? Which one did Duran Duran do? No, I think Aha was A View to a Kill. Someone will tell me in a minute. Let's reorder the board, put the points in the bank. I'm sure Duran Duran did a Bond theme. Living Daylights, that was it. I really like The Living Daylights. I thought that was a good song. I've never seen the film, but the song was good. Cola still with the bank lead, 24 run in second, Flyboy in third, but has got some risk behind. Eyes on Ben a little bit. There's still 2 questions left in this game, so Ben could get up to 21 here. 86 is not enough for a win, but it could be enough for a silver. Let's go on to the next question. Question number the 3 questions left in the game. So 13, this or that, options are. I really need to debug the numbers. Donatello. Raphael. Which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle typically wields a bow staff? Again, I've not got the diacritic then, but never mind. It's Donatello. He was my favourite, was Donatello. Cowabunga indeed, Vertigo. Yeah, Donatello wearing the purple bandana. Donatello is the inventor of the group, whilst the red bandanaed Raphael is a more hot-headed, pizza-loving, battle-ready turtle armed with a pair of sai. I added the pizza-loving to the notes. Stimson's Angle didn't write that. And I'm actually now thinking, was it Michelangelo who was the pizza lover? Well, they all liked pizza, didn't they? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Donatello is the bow selector. Very good. Maxio putting 3 in the bank. Fluffy putting 10 in the bank. Cola putting 1 in the bank. Let's reorder the board. Oh, Nando.
Pain.
Were you hoping that was going to go unnoticed? Pizza-loving Ninja Turtle. Yeah, it might be a little bit redundant. Possibly me. Nando losing out on 45 points. Oh, you could have had such joy. Bye-bye. Now there are 2 questions left in the game. Eyes on Flyboy. Eyes on Ben. Ben banks now, he goes up to 80, which isn't enough for a medal position yet, but one more question, 21, puts him up to 86, which puts him into silver position. So still a lot riding on this game, and it is not yet a done deal. Is Cola guaranteed a share of the gold? I can't do the maths that quickly, BC. You're better at maths than I am. Let's find out. Question number 14. This or that, options are: the War of 1812, the Napoleonic Wars. In 1815, the Treaty of Ghent facilitated the end of which conflict? Ben finding the right answer there. AB me losing 15 points of risk. Bad luck on that. Vertigo putting 3 in. Tukan and Holgamat putting 1 in. Quite a lot of wrong answers. That was a tough question. I wouldn't have had a clue on that. Although signed by the US and UK on December the 24th, 1814, the Treaty of Ghent was only ratified by the US Congress in February 1815. Meanwhile, the Second Treaty of Paris concluded the Napoleonic Wars in November 1815. So similar sort of time, but very different treaty. Ben, getting that one right, goes up to 21 points of risk with 1 question to go. Let's put the points in the bank and see the potential scores. Cola still with the bank lead for now, but let's take a look at potential. If Ben banks now, he goes into 4th place because 24 run it would also bank, and that'd be a tie for bronze actually with 24 run and Ben. But if you can get this one right, you would overtake 24 run and go into bronze. Flybo, if you bank now, you're going to silver. Cola, I think Ben might be right. You might be guaranteed a share of the gold. See where the risk is. It's Ben and Flyboy. They're the ones to watch. Ben and Flyboy. So, one final question. Very best of luck to you all. Question 15. This or that? Options are: Taoism, Shinto. Tory gates feature in which religion? Ben's got there. Flyboy's banking, and that is going to be our top 3 sorted. The answer is Shinto. Torii is the name of the arched red gates used to mark the location of Shinto shrines. Torii act as a gate between our world and those of the spirits, the kami. Most torii are painted in the iconic red-orange colour vermilion, a colour that was believed to ward off evil spirits. However, vermilion is derived from mercury sulfide, so it also protected the wooden gates by being toxic to termites and other destructive organisms. It's too close for me to call, but I think it's Cola, Ben, Flyboy. I might be wrong. Let's reorder the board for the final time and check out the winners of Risky Business tonight. It is indeed. Cola takes the gold with 98, Ben the silver with 93, and just pushing Flyboy off that silver spot by a point. Flyboy has to take the bronze with 92. 24 run is denied a medal, finishing on 88. let's just take a look at your respective medal cabinets. Cola for Risky Business. That is your first gold. Congratulations to His Holiness. 3 bronzes, 3 silvers, and now a gold to go with it. Huge congratulations to you, Cola. Your first Risky Business medal. Lovely stuff indeed. Ben, for you, Risky Business, that is your second silver medal. So you've now got 2 gold, 2 silver, and 3 bronze. And for Flyboy, if I can type your name correctly, that is your first medal in Risky Business, full stop. So congratulations. So happy days all round. Ben takes his second silver. Flyboy takes his first Risky Business medal, full stop. And Cola takes his first Risky Business gold. Oh, what a happy day indeed. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for playing. And huge thanks to Stimpson's Angle for a lovely question pack. Really, something for everyone in that. There was tricky moments and there was fun moments. And very fitting to win on a Pope, win a pack with a Pope question in it. Well done, Cola. I'm going to roll the credits. I'm going to add the pennies on, whatever your points are, times by some multiplier, whatever it is in the game. And then I'll come back to the camera to wrap up. Thank you all very much for playing. Congratulations to Colo, our Risky Business champion. Well, what a fun stream it's been. Say, operator crash notwithstanding, which I think we all managed to survive. I certainly managed to survive. It's been a pretty cromulent stream. Thick stream, as has been commented. It has been a long night, but I think I was fairly on it with the timing because I was aiming for about 11:30, so this works out quite well. All that's left for me to do is to pick a raid message. Don't forget, I'm going to be back on Thursday next week with Battlefront Distinction and Red Herrings, and of course I'm here next Saturday for my collab with HUD 601, which is going to feature some very special trivia, which I need to write at some point this week. So do hope you'll come and join me for that. Ash is here Wednesday and Friday this week. We are going to go and raid Hardy Way again. I think we've got even more quiz over there. They're doing Jackbox party packs. So we'll pop over and see Hardy Way. But we need to pick a raid message and I need towards some pennies. Operator did a taboo boo. I like that from #V. That's constellation pennies. Oh yeah, I added the thing. Operator did a taboo boo. Close but no cigar. I'll come back to that one. Consolation pennies for Jerry. The pineapple is a British-American collaboration. Quite a few pineapple ones, actually, all coming in. Ananas, and anus, which I am going to dismiss because I've got my pineapple-themed one that I might go for, or I've given consolation pennies to. I like that one. No. Solomon Dudley, I got to give you consolation pennies. Because you stole it. Deja Vu Nicole. You stole that from JR. And I'm also going to give JR 50 pennies as well, because it was his idea to begin with. JR plays games, you get the 50 bonus pennies as well. Where were we? We were picking raid messages, weren't we? No. Pope Berlusconi. That gets consolation pennies, AD me. And the winner, I've got it down to 2. It's consolation pennies for AB me for aggressive. So I've got my raid message and we're going to go raid the Hardy Way. Thank you all very much for joining me for game night this evening. I hope you've had fun. Thank you again to all the writers, to Simpsons Angle for Risky Business, to not Inca, Inca won the escape artist, Quizzle for the escape artist, to 8 Minky for Cryptex, to Lewis for proofing the escape artist as well. Very many thanks to them, and to everyone who works behind the scenes to make these things work. I've had a tremendous amount of fun. I hope you have as well. I'm going to be back on Thursday for even more fun and even more trivia. Until then, I hope to catch you on Ash's channel, if not before that. And you have been watching Deep Pan Chicago Style Pope by JR Plays Games. Until next time, be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe. I've been Roy Flush. You've been watching Game Night. Till next time, take care, peace out, and good night. Oh, hi David J. Bodycomb, right at the end of the night. You missed all the fun. I'm hoping you were lurking. Nice to see you, mate. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Sad people
Lily's
love
a ventriloquist
puppets.
puppet.
The ventriloquist puppet gets a bonus heart every time they date someone that was rejected the night before.
Hey, Royal Flush! Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Welcome in, Raiders. Can we please get a shout out for Royal Flush? Can we get that shout out going, please, as quickly as possible? Welcome in, Lewis and JR and Royal Flush and Naughty Goth and Proogs. Anyone else who came on the raid, thank you for coming on in with the raid. Welcome, Raiders. I hope you had a great stream. What were you doing, Royal Flush? Did you have a lot of fun? I hope so. Tell me all the good things. Tell me all the good things. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's nice to see each and every one of you. How are things? How are we doing? If you're not following Royal Flush, make sure you give him a follow to say thank you for the raid. Make sure you check out Royal Flush's content. Standard quiz action. Nice. Very warm now. It's fucking boiling. I'm so hot. I'm sweating. It's that fucking hot. I got a fan on over here. I got a window open here. I'm still fucking cooking. It didn't help that Cuban Pete came and made me move, you know?
Just 20 more seconds.
26 degrees again. I don't even know how hot it is in here right now, but it's fucking hot. It is so fucking hot in here right now. But it's great to see you, my friend. It's great to see you. It's great to see you again. I hope you're doing very, very well. Aside from the heat, of course.
Okay, time's up. All right, it's time to pick dates again. Oh, this is so romantic. Sorry,
Pick the
I'm a
player
bit of a
you want
googly
today, boys and girls. I won't complain about the heat. I will, because I went to Australia for 3 months and I had to put with the fucking heat there. It finally started to cool down a bit.
Hey,
I came home and got
it's
blasted
hard
with
to
the heat
choose,
here.
but
I'm
if
not
you
having a
don't
good
pick
year when it comes to
anyone,
heat.
You'll be severely
I'm not having a
penalized.
good year when it comes to heat.
It's date time.
I forget UK doesn't have AC. No, we do not. We do not. I am having to run the fan, which all it does really is circulate hot air, and the window's open, which is just letting more hot air in as well. I will do that. I won't do that. I'm out of drink. I got nothing left to drink. I got a teeny sip there at the bottom. There we go. Now I can't hydrate again.
Looks like
I get
someone
rejected
else
one more
wanted in on
time.
that action and failed.
Well, thank you, Punk, for the hydrate. We've got a lot of dating going on here.
Looks like these players were hoping this date wouldn't work out. Let's see if any of that changed the social pecking order.
Naughty Goth,
fun.
thank you so much
Things
for the
are
follow.
happening.
Welcome to our community. It's a pleasure
Time
to have
for
you in.
another reveal.
Thank you so much for the follow. It's a pleasure. You can't part there, Dave. You just can't.
Everyone who dates an
cannot part there,
unrevealed
Dave.
leprechaun gets 2 fake hearts. When the leprechaun is revealed, that's right now, all fake hearts disappear. At this moment, leprechauns get 1 bonus heart for every player that drops in the
my
ranking.
heart and soul. No, Quack. Bubble is a leprechaun.
Bonus hearts for the
Oh.
leprechaun for players dropping in the rankings.
Last night.
It's our last
It's
night
the
together.
last
Make it
night.
count. You get 2 hearts for dating now because it's such a special night. Not to mention there's a full
Hard
moon
on your
out
left,
too.
Dave. Hard on your left.
Get to messaging.
Yeah, you generally get in offices more so than houses. Houses just don't generally have it, but offices do. The worst time I ever had at work though, it was I was working on the reception desk and it was so hot, the door was open, but it was making 0 difference. And it was just so hot in there, I couldn't cool down for the life of me. I got to decompress, have a good stream. No worries, no worries. You go and do what you need to do. You've had a long stream. You do your post-streaminess. Like chill, relax, unwind, do what you need to do. Thank you very much for the raid, appreciate it as always. And you look after yourself, my friend. You definitely look after yourself, it's very important. So me, the reverse vasectomy
has its value, and it
and the masters of the universe. I am Adam, Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "By the power of Grayskull, Cringer became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. Our friends, the Sorceress, Man-at-Arms, and Orko. Together we defend Castle Grayskull from the evil forces of Skeletor.